professional. Hey, we love that umbrella guy. All right. Thank you.
I'm calling from Los Angeles, and I'm having a little problem under the name ThatUmbrellaGuy. I sent him my phone number at least 20 times in the chat and told him to call me. He ignored me, or I'm a man. I filed the report. If you guys could take a look at it and give me a call back, I would love to hear what you guys can do to help us. We really need to kind of stop this guy at least until Monday. I told him to call me, or I'm a man.
Like my coffee, extra mad and bitter. And then they're loyal like juice, so yeah, the man's a quitter. He's strapped face up behind the platinum grill. My style faceless, just pick these mic skills. And in the street killer, I will not be denied. That I'm mic'd up, I raise my head with pride. A force of nature cruising the whip, doing walk-bys on your boulevard. Face my verbal clip. In this land of live streams, baby, I'm on the road. Got my feet on the media, scraping them up my souls. It's that umbrella guy facing the accusers. Cleated outside 14s, crushing all those losers. It's that umbrella guy, they said we couldn't make it. Never ask permission, just sense our goal and take it. The media buzzwords, they will never save you. Listen and believe it's meant to enslave you. Challenging the hypocrites, and baby, I'm on fire. They flash titles like they're royalty, but it's true that I'm a journalist. Scribble nursey rhymes, one in this grill in the basket, with a tisket and a tasket, and their morals in a casket. No morals in a casket. They're always pushing make-believe and weaving straw to gold, but I'm sick of all the fairy tales and buying what I'm sold. Strolling into the backyard, taking truth on tour, baby, there is sickness, and that umbrella guy's got the cure. Look, it's that umbrella guy knocking at the door. No more ministry of truth than the plot of 1984. They're dumping all my verbal clips. The case is filled with knowledge. They're on the mic like kindergarten, and I'm taking them to college. Why the mask, baby? Cause this has to be a crime. I'm taking the mic and boom, they're in the chalk outline. I used to throw elbows, but now I'm dropping nukes. You wrote another hit piece, isn't that cute? And the worst part, they'll never learn it before the stakes start channeling, crash and burn. They pretend that we need to get their permission. That umbrella guy crushing their ambitions. You're not my competition, it's that umbrella. It's that umbrella guy steamrolling them out for fun. Mic check, mic wreck, paging this army of one. There's no hesitation, no doubt, not even a scintilla. The Tokyo baby and me, I'm Godzilla. Crushing them like Godzilla, like Godzilla.
Yeah, crushing it like Godzilla. That either means that I'm really strong or I'm really fat. One or the other.
Crushing them.
I love that line in there. It's like, why the mask, baby? Because it has to be crime.
I know. That whole song is great. The whole song is fantastic, and I love it.
I love that freaking song. I love that beat.
You know who else loved Godzilla? Jeff.
Indeed. Oh, by the way,
and you know what else happened? We got to tell them the good news.
Yeah, that's what I was going to do. I want to tell them, by the way, so today we did something together as a community. something that was great, and I love seeing everyone come together. We all managed to push Jeff's account to 100,000 subscribers. Legal Vices now at 100,000. What a testament!
It's at 101 now.
Yeah, that's good. That way, then any like purges and stuff later. I think they should lock you in where you are and never.
I do too.
You know.
But yeah, he's at 101 now, and keep subscribing if you haven't subscribed, just because we do need to make sure that the bot removals don't impact his 100,000. Ian Runkle of the Bay, though, has volunteered to. He said if YouTube doesn't hold up their end of the bargain, he is going to make Connor a YouTube play button out of leather. So one way or the other, Connor's going to get it.
Yeah. Well, the thing, there's something about 6 figures anyway. It's something that pushes it up to next level. When you tell somebody, you have 100,000 and, you start at that level all the way up 6 and 7 figures, that's just another level. And for him to be at that 100,000, I firmly believe, by the way, Jeff would have been there within a few months off of, if not sooner.
I do too.
He was doing good. He had traction. We had some good plans to roll out as well. So he would have done it on his own, but I'm not taking anything away from it. Just saying this is a testament. Also, the solidarity there feels really good. We see so much division sometimes, and I love seeing moments like this where everyone comes together and they're like, yo, let's do this good thing.
Yeah, it was awesome. It was awesome. I was watching Good Logic last night too. He did a stream about Jeff. Everybody's feeling the same way, and it hit me when, Joe was really saying the same thing I was thinking, which was, how could I stream? How can I have a stream if I'm not talking about Jeff? But at the same time, it's like, how can I stream about this? It's too awful. And that's how we were all feeling. And YouTube kind of came to a grinding halt yesterday and the day before. Like, no one knew what to do. And we still don't really know what to do. But I'll tell you this, what really got me today was when I did the call-in stream, and there was a place for you guys, for Jeff's fans, to call in and just tell me about what you loved about Jeff. And I still have a ton of voicemails to go through, by the way, and make a video out of, which I'm going to do. And I'll probably do another one of those because that was really cathartic and good. But it occurred to me that Jeff would never leave his audience sitting there with no one to keep them company. He would never do that. And if this had happened to somebody else that his audience really loved, he would be there. He would open up his channel and he would be there for you guys. And so it occurred to me that, like, this is exactly what we need to be doing, which is what we always do, is push the live button, push the button and go live, because the audience is there and they depend on us. And Jeff understood that.
Yeah, I mean, come on, you commemorate your friends. I saw some ugly people every now and then. They're like grifting. I'll tell you what, I said this. Anything ever happens to me, I give my actual friends permission, not only to commemorate and to do whatever, but they can grift 100%. You do anything, you have fun, you make fun of, you do whatever makes you happy,
I agree. My friends have absolute carte blanche to grift on me all they want. I am going to thank God, Tug, that you have the admin on the channel. Brad does too, thank goodness.
Yeah, because, I think that's actually a good thing.
It's actually a good thing. Yeah, that's somebody
you have to really trust them to do that.
That is true. That is true. But nobody has that on Jeff's channel, so now we have to try and go through YouTube and StreamYard and get it turned over to his family, and hopefully that can happen soon, because
I think they have something that's set up for that. I'll have to look through the rules and talk to the YouTube partner about that. But I think there is something. You have to obviously prove what's going on. But after that.
I hope they do. And I hope that his son can get access to that sooner rather than later. Because what we were thinking was that a memorial stream for Jeff needs to be all kinds of crazy and fun. But it should really happen on his channel.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that would be awesome to be able to have something, a last like hurrah like that
on his channel, like, especially because it just ended so quickly with no notice and everything's left undone, and his fans are just, bereft of his presence. That a last you know, hurrah, a last fucking Friday on Jeff's channel with everybody would be so much fun. And so that's what I'm trying to figure out how to get done. And so if you guys are, I know you guys are all chomping at the bit to do like something for Jeff, and believe me, we're talking about it and trying to figure it out. But I really want it to be on his channel so that his family will benefit from all the super chats and the grifting on the merch, which we will absolutely do.
Yeah, for sure. That'd be great. I just think it'd be fun, period. You know, it'd be cathartic, very cathartic to do.
Yeah, and we can let the audience make us buy stupid things on Temu in Jeff's honor. Imagine what will come from that.
Oh
It'll
my
be
God.
hilarious.
Man, that's the one thing. Like, I need to get one of those horrible blankets. I don't even know why I'm thinking that either, but I keep thinking that would be the one thing I would never forget if I have one of those awful freaking blankets.
A Nick Cage blanket?
Yeah. I could think I should get one of those just because, you know, a shirt, sure. But if that freaking blanket, every time I even think about Nick Cage, I think about that awful blanket and Jeff. I do. So, oh my God, I may actually get one because of him.
Flux told me she was on this. She had a stream today that was really great where she just talked about her memories with Jeff, and it was fantastic. And she also said that he sent her some pictures of Strawberry wrapped up in the Nick Cage blanket, and she said it was so disturbing. The skin was like folded up around the dog, and it just looked all weird.
That's so weird and bizarre. Yeah. Today on the legal front was a fascinating day too. We're gonna that's our bombshell stuff. You know, we're talking about of course, Jeff's with us every day. It's brand new. It's something that it's there. That's going to be there for a long time. You're talking about a friend, a person you cared about, you know, you love. So, but as far as this crazy we've been keeping up with, man, too. Oh, let me show you something as well.
Wait. I undermeant what you said. Megan, I had the greatest idea today. We need to contact the witness from the Leilani Simon trial. Give her a Bible and a candle.
Oh, God, I saw that stuff. I was watching that back.
All right, let's do it. We need to do it. We need to find her, and we need to ask her to summon Jeff.
I almost wanted, that trial was so bizarre. I kept thinking, man, you know, down the rabbit hole later on, you know, with time passing, I thought, wouldn't it be funny to go in and review that case through Legal Vices, like just to go in and watch his coverage of it because it was so funny. Oh my God, I would love to do that. I couldn't do it now, but man, down the road, I hope to be able to do it.
Oh, the Leilani Simon thing with the witness who said she spoke to the dead baby.
That was so bizarre.
I never saw Jeff laugh so hard.
Yeah,
he laughed so hard. He kept backing it up and listening to it again, and backing it up and listening and laughing, and it was so good. It was so good.
I'd love to go back and, like I said, review that one day. Because it was so funny. His coverage of that was so funny. I miss that laugh, man. Ugh. You'll get that. Oh, anyway, I'm getting in my feels.
I know.
100,000.
We're never
getting in my feels today.
We're never going to be able to stream normally
again.
I'm not it's always going to open up with Jeff. Yeah, it's always going to open up with Jeff.
No, but today was important because we had the 100,000.
I know.
And that was a big one. You know, people managed to do that. You think about how much people did too. You took, and really, that started yesterday. You know, the push.
I think we got over 13,000 new subscribers. That's how many in only a couple of days.
Yep. And
awesome.
I got to give props. Like people who knew him or just partially. Like I talked to plenty of people. You know, I talked to people like Yellow Flash, for example. You know, he knew Jeff, but I don't know how close they were, but regardless, it was like, dude, you know, this guy was a good guy. I knew that I'm going to push. I'll ask everybody that I know to share and push. And it was just amazing to watch, you know, because behind everything, You could see people do things spontaneously, which is amazing to see. But you could also see this coordination to do good. Finally, I love it. If we could take that kind of momentum and apply it to things that we want to change in the world, think of what we could do. You know.
I really liked the fact that so many of all of us really acknowledged that Jeff is the only one of us who never took the bait.
Yeah.
Who never got into the drama.
He was a better person than me. And
he was a better person than all of us. That's what sucks so bad. He was the best of us. And
and I don't say that as here's BS. I mean, for real, I can be mean, I can be an asshole, and I can be vindictive if I feel slighted. And there were a couple of times where he was a voice of calm for me specifically. So I have to give him that. I do. And I want the world to know that. Now that that's the one thing. When a person can't speak for themselves, you make sure that the words that are spoken, they raise that cigar and that whiskey glass high. You give them a toast and you give them a good one.
Here's how hilarious Legal Vices is, how he made everybody feel like a friend. Even David Gingras thought Legal Vices was his friend. and Jeff would have really laughed about this.
Oh my God.
Today on David Gingras' YouTube channel, he did some garbage, something about the judge he hates so much in that case. But he mentioned that Jeff had passed away, and he also brought up their direct messages. For some reason, he thought he should share that with everyone, that they had nice messages exchanged between them.
Is he trying to humanize himself again? That's so bizarre.
I don't know.
He had that chance. The weirdest thing about that is he had this big chance to basically do an about face and to at least make people think that he had changed. And instead, it took one video? He was off in the weeds. And it's funny, like somehow in all of this stuff, he thought Jeff was his buddy.
Yes, because Jeff was so kind.
Yeah, because he's nice. He's a nice guy. He always
even Jingy thought that Legal Vices liked him. That's how good Legal Vices is. That's how good Jeff really was. Is that even David Jingy thought they were friends? And hey, maybe they were. Hey. Jeff tried to give him big brother advice. He did. He did. He tried to give him that. Be better. We're officers of the court, from one lawyer to another. It fell on deaf ears, but I can hear Jeff totally laughing about this. If Jeff had seen that video that Jingy did showing his DMs and being like, he seemed like a really nice guy and we exchanged some friendly messages, and that's too bad to hear that. I mean, I just think he would have just lost it. I think he would have been falling under his desk laughing.
See, I'm trying to be better than the impulse. When I heard about that, my first thought was, how dare he?
I know. Keep Jeff's name out your fucking mouth.
Yeah, exactly.
Is how I felt at first. But then I laughed.
Take your tramp stamp back to Arizona.
But then I thought, what would Jeff have thought about that? And I think he would have gotten a really big kick out of it.
Yeah, he would have had a good laugh out of it. I agree.
All right, chat, you're right. I am on the wrong side of the screen. I will fix that. Do not unfix it. I am on the right side of the stream now, where I belong. When it's your stream, I'm supposed to be on the right side. Stop it.
I've not done anything. I don't know what's happening, Megan. There's something wrong with the screen. It's freaking out. There's something wrong. I think you've gotten stuck in some kind of loop. It's a vortex or something. What's really funny? What I really like, and both of us can do this. Let's see. Let's check this out. Well, I'm going to show you something live. Okay, 1 second. I'm doing it. I know. Wait for the reveal. Now look at Megan's. Just look right there at the screen. Look.
Oh no. Stop learning how to do StreamYard immediately.
I can change your name, boy.
Stop it. I don't know how you're doing that, but you need to stop it.
I did not know that you could it'll change it. I'll change it back. I'll change it back though. Megan Fox. Allegedly.
He hasn't noticed yet, chat. He hasn't noticed that I have the same
Oh, I've
power.
noticed it. I've noticed it. Let's see. I'm changing it. So you want to start a name war?
You are now the Umbrella Man.
The Umbrella Man can. Megan Fox. I'm gonna put allegedly by your name though, because I've heard over and over again that may not be you. So there, allegedly. Oh, by the way, so something interesting. I've been pursuing this little endeavor. I got interested. I don't know if you caught me talking about the website crazy. Did you hear any of that? Well, if you didn't hear,
No.
Okay,
I didn't.
I kept getting these things. Every now and then you'll get this anyway, right? You'll get somebody trying to fish or trying to get into like websites or whatever. You know, there'll be a message set up. Well, this went further. So people assumed that my website was hosted through a place that I'd utilized a long time ago. Like now through Ray, you know, we've done something totally new. What these people did is they contacted the freaking place that they thought hosted, and they tried to change the phone number that's on it and the email. They tried to hijack that by claiming they were me.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, now that is criminalism. You know, that is well beyond, because you can't just say, oh, whoops, I put in the wrong thing, and you know, I hit this, whoops, my bad. You know, I don't know how I did that. You know, you went out. So I've been going back and forth with them, seeing exactly what I can do, because typically if you want information on something that's happened, you have to subpoena it. You know, and I'm probably dealing with a call center somewhere. But here's the thing. They wrote in under my account. So I'm not asking them for information that came in, you know, on someone else. I'm asking them to give me the thread that contacted them. I want the contact name. I want the email. I want everything else.
How did they do this under your account?
Well, they went in, they couldn't see. This is why I got added to this. What they did is they wrote in to this website, this place, this hosting place, and they said that they were me. They used, you know, obviously you have an email that you use for work related things. You know, people know what your email is. So they were trying to, they went in and claimed that this was me. Yeah. So when they did it, they were told, you know, you didn't provide the right documentation. And I wrote them, when I got this, I was like, wait a minute, you know, this is next level crazy. So I have started pursuing this.
This is hacking. This is
trying to steal my website. This isn't hacking.
Yeah.
This is the definition of malicious intent.
God, when will these people stop? It's amazing. You can even add them to the lawsuit and the shit doesn't stop.
Yeah. Now I can't
prove who did it. Yes, I know.
I cannot say with it, but it is fascinating.
We can say though that there have been certain channels encouraging their audience to do shitty things.
Yeah, to flag and to do utter nasty nonsense. That's how I guess we get to
calling on the dark web to do things.
Oh, they've got information about us from the dark web. Isn't that fascinating when you start down that rabbit hole? So your bombshell today, folks, and this is a bombshell, by the way. This is a big one, is it not, Megan? This is a pretty big one.
Pretty big one. It even comes into Lawtube. It even reaches into the Lawtube sphere. Larry Foreman is not the only Lawtuber to have been sued in this dispute. There is another one.
Oh, man. So
except this one is on the other side.
This is wild. And, you know, I don't, as far as claims or anything else, I'm not sure of everything that's been added. you know, but the amended complaint, you know, the one that we've been waiting for, yeah, got a lot of names on it.
A lot of new names.
Yeah, look at that. Versus. It's
right.
yep.
Lynette, Elemental
Mhm.
P, John
Yeah.
Cook, Bruce Matskin, Lisa Weeks, aka Lisa Lee, aka Lisa Rapuzzi, aka Lee Rapuzzi, aka Lisa Rapuzzi Weeks, Marla Hughes.
Wow,
Interesting.
Marla. That's fascinating.
Patty D'Agostino, plumber, aka Stephen Hauk.
Steven. So that's a
Steven.
fascinating one. Now, you know, as far as people and names are concerned, one of these things, I don't know. I just had a mental picture, and this mental picture wasn't this mental picture.
So Patty, her biggest donator, might not even be a Patty. It might be someone named Stephen Hauk, aka Patty Marie D'Agostino, aka Patty Plummer. And David Helm, aka MLS Law.
Wow, man.
And Robert Kesey, who is Robbie. Yeah. Robbie.
Robbie. It took me a minute to place the Robbie in that. I'm like, oh yeah, I know who that is. I got you there. Gotcha. By the way, folks, when we get into this, if you like content, make sure that you are subscribed, because YouTube is always in the purging mood. So make sure you're subscribed. Make sure that you share this wonderful live stream, because it will be something to behold. And if you'd like to go further, with it being near the holidays, can you hear the jingle jangle? I keep hearing about sleds. You know, oh, sleigh bells, you say? Yeah, the little one. I've sung so many Christmas songs lately. I'm like, man. But if you like the sleigh bells ringing, yeah, maybe we could attach them to the groupie cash train. Get a little breadstick. I like one of the first chats there was like, you get a breadstick and
Like
you get a
Oprah.
breadstick. Yeah. Just look under your chair, folks. This is wild, though. We've been told, you know, we were told this would never happen. We were told 1,000,000 times that there would be no one else added to this litigation. You know, this was all a lie. Jeremy had concocted it. It doesn't look like a lie now. Now, again, remember, this is amended complaint. This is not saying
the judge hasn't ruled yet.
Yes. So we got to be
and
very
the
clear
reason
with
why the amended complaint, there was another one, so this is the second amended complaint, went in was because there was a deadline on when you could add new defendants.
Yeah.
So the defendants, I think this is the completed list now. I think the deadline is today. I think today is the deadline to add new defendants, December 18th. So there can't be any new ones after today, but we are still waiting for the judge to rule on whether or not the new defendants can be brought in. So we'll see.
That's wild. With the minute just starting out. Plaintiff Jeremy Hales, here in after, we're going to call him Hales. I'm not going to say here and after. I'm just going to say AKA. With this, by and through undersigned counsel, bring this complaint against defendants Lynette, Michelle, Lacey, Alexis, Preston. That sounds like you added 5 people. Actually, every time I see it, I'm like, who are all those people?
I know. Are we gonna read this whole thing?
Oh, I want to.
Okay. All right. All right.
I haven't scanned it for any changes to see like what.
There's changes, but it comes a couple pages down. Like I would say you could safely start at the part where Shara comes in, because once Shara comes in, then all the new stuff happens. I feel like we've read the same thing over though, like at least 4 times.
We have. I mean, this is just amending, you know, the players, the participants.
Right.
And we've also seen, interestingly enough, I'm not commenting on everyone here because I don't know how some of these people are allegedly linked to it. If it notes it in here, okay. But I don't know the links with some of them. Some of them, however, well, we saw some of them last night. You know, the Patty thing, for example. Interestingly, when we had those discussions going on behind the scenes about paying someone that said some some pretty interesting things about old BBB. Yeah, they were right there in the fray. So that name came up. Marla, I've seen around. I know the name. I don't know the level of participation, nor am I really.
Yeah, and also we're not going to know, like in the complaint, it isn't going to put every detail of why these people have been added. So we'll probably be wondering, like, well, what happened there? We don't know. It doesn't have to go in the complaint. That will be, the evidence will be submitted at trial, and I imagine that there's quite a lot of it. So we'll see.
It's going to be.
It's hard to comment. All we can really do is read what's here, and
But
wait and see.
Safely, I think it's safe to assume that when we're looking at this, let me pull up another thing real fast. I will reflect back to that. But I think it's safe to assume that they're saying when this was mentioned, the what the hell's media ecosystem, I think it's safe to assume that's what's being alleged. This is the ecosystem. Yeah.
Yep.
Interesting stuff, man. Crazy stuff.
Ooh, you just got a Christmas present from Tease Tea. Wow. You see that?
I have not yet. Whoa, Tease Tea. Wow, look at that. Holy moly. Thank you, Tease Tea. Really, honestly, I want to say this. Like sincerely, when I go through super chats and stuff, when I tell you I sincerely appreciate it, I really do. Like I said, I have I wanted to do this. I wanted to do stuff like that. I wanted to for a while. Even when I saw it succeeded, I was like, wow, this can succeed. But I've always kept a day job. I always have. And I did not leave a day job to be like, yeah, I'm going to do this, because I wouldn't have done that. But now that that's presented itself, and I can do it, I think people, because it's a scary proposition, I have a family, kids, I worry about that. I worry that, what if? And people have been like, nah, here's your not what if. So I very much appreciate that. You're not just helping out a business or whatever. You've been doing me a solid there. You've been saying, yes, you can do this, and I can't thank you enough. I appreciate it. Oh, I got in my feels again. Okay. So we have LMNOP. We have John Cook, a.k.a. Cook. Bruce, a.k.a. Mackins. Mac and cheese.
Mackins. Mr. Mackins.
I know this. So by the way, tomorrow I'm going to drop a video. I haven't done a short form video.
I'm so excited for this.
Yeah, I'm going to drop it about noon. If you would, please. That would be noon my time. So it's 7:45 here, about noon 15-ish. So if you would, make sure you watch it, enjoy it. I haven't made one in a long time, and I'm thinking about getting back to that. So if you check it out, and see what you think about it. I wanted to hit that stuff about the sweatshirt. I wanted to put that in a video because I wanted to really give my opinions on this being a cancellation attempt and how well that utterly backfired and blew up in his face. But Mac and cheese, that's what made me think of him here. Oh, Mackins. Lisa Weeks, a.k.a. I'll just call them the L's or Weeks. Marla
Double XLs, the Butter Twins. We have a lot of names.
Many names. Then let's see. Patty, a.k.a. Stephen, a.k.a. Plumber. That's so strange, man.
So strange.
It is. And again, there's an assumption you make online when you're dealing with people. Not that it really matters. I look at the content of what they throw out there, but I think people do approach females differently than they do approach males.
And what would motivate you to be a Steven who goes by Patty on Facebook?
Well, assuming, let's say if it's not identity laden, we push that out of the way. Yeah. What would be the other one? Well, people can, I don't rightly know, but I can take a few guesses. I do know, like I said, people do approach females differently than they approach men sometimes. So,
but if you're so concerned about, I don't know, like they're so concerned about the truth and everything, then why hide who you are advocating for these people? It's interesting. I'm using my name. You know,
actually, I'm using my real name, Umbrella Guy. That's my name.
That's, I mean, what's with the hiding who you know, what you're doing? And I find that very interesting. I find it very interesting that even Lisa, you know, the XXL thought it was funny that people didn't know her real name. Well, why aren't you operating under your real name?
It's all of it's bizarre, man. I don't know the answers, but I guess we'll find out some stuff, won't we? And Robert Kesey, aka Kesey, states. So summary, we've seen this summary. The summary is essentially telling you what the claims are. You know, we've seen the claims. We've seen them quite a bit. The defamation per se, tortious interference. We have aiding and abetting and committing tortious acts, including, so here we have our alleged co-conspirators with defamation per se, tortious interference with advantageous business relationships against everyone. Then, of course, we have our parties. We've seen Jeremy. We kind of know. Actually, I want to read how he's described here. It looks like it's grown a little. Maybe it hasn't. Maybe it's just my thing. But Jeremy Hales is a resident of Ohio, I will say, and who has built his career around his passion through social media, including without limitation, Facebook, YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, and many other platforms, we will say, with a current YouTube subscriber base of 700K across the world with What the Hales. People pay for that with subscriptions. That's what all this is noting. I don't want to have to read that, which they're telling you on the premium is an open video diary of Hale's lives. I actually like this as a way of stating what that is, because, you know, they keep saying that this is a bad neighbor drama. And he's like, no, what I'm doing here is I have an open video diary, essentially. He
videos everything they do. You know, they don't just make videos about storage units. He made a great video the other day showing us around his Ohio home. Oh my God, the aviary that he's built for his birds is so great. That's everything I would want in an aviary for my chickens. I texted him, I said, my chickens are going to be super jealous when they see your aviary. But like, my chickens are going to be protesting if they see your aviary, because they're in this really shitty little coop with a tiny little run. And during the winter, they're all cooped up, you know, but I can't let them out till summertime or spring. But anyway, he took us around his house. He showed us his food cabinets, everything, every room in the house, like just talking about his trinkets, and this was just like what it's like for him to go back to Ohio after being gone for a long time, and, you know, what's going on in Ohio. And it had nothing to do with anything, but people would watch Jeremy walk around talking about nothing, just like that video. It got tens of thousands of views
because he's entertaining. You know, that's the thing. That's the thing a lot of people don't understand. Channels, they can be just something that's sharing information or whatever, but the thing that differentiates one channel from another is the person there. And Jeremy, he's great at going out and really making people want to learn and listen. You know, whatever he's doing, like you said, he could show you around doing absolutely nothing.
He was doing nothing. He was checking his pantry for peanut butter, and I was watching it going, why am I watching this?
Why am I watching peanut butter?
But he's like, hey, is there peanut butter in there? Oh, yep, it's full. Like, I'm watching him. Oh, there, he's in the chat. He says, I do miss the peacocks. Don't know why I like them, but I do. Your peacocks are so cool. And that aviary you built is amazing.
Dude,
but like, seriously, I'm watching him walk around his house flushing toilets, and I couldn't turn it off. It's entertaining as hell. And that's just who he is. It wouldn't matter what content he made. People would watch.
I've got to get them my information and pay for that freaking lawyer.
Yeah, I got mine.
Yes, that thing is beautiful. I need it so bad.
And they sent me the bubbles too. They sent me those. The bubbles are great. They're on my desk.
I've totally spaced that. That is on my bad, by the way. But I'm like,
I'll make sure he
no.
does it. I'll make sure he does it tomorrow.
Well, I mean, that's on me. I'm the one who caused it. So I didn't give it.
I will nag you
I'm
until you do
terrible
it.
about follow-up, you know. I'm like, whoopsie. But I need that. That was so cool looking at the unboxing of it. If people missed that, first of all, you missed an amazing walkthrough of Shara's newest video. Woo, man. I sat down and kind of drunk some of that in, which does add to what we're talking about here today, by the way. It very much does. But also, we got to see that. I thought, man, and the humor is welcome too, for sure. But also he noted, you know, the social media platforms, I'm trying to break the you-knows. I've noticed when I've gotten in my emotions, when I didn't know what to say, I've said like, and I hate it when people say like.
I know I don't like it either, but it comes out every once in a while because the 80s are strong in me.
I'm gonna put a shock box on me.
That's where like started, was in the 80s, and yeah.
I don't know if I put a shock box on me though. Who knows? Maybe that's a gateway drug, and later on, you know, I might find my my Amazon filled with dog masks or something. I don't know how that starts.
I was just gonna say, next thing you know, you're being led around on a leash on stage somewhere. No, thank you.
Oh my gosh, man! If I were to say, you know, I've been unleashed, that would really mean something.
I'm taking that off the show names. That used to be one, but I'm taking it off right now.
That note,
Unleashed is coming right off right now. Nope.
The leash is coming off. Oh, so that would be unleashed. Is that what you said?
Oh wait, unleashed wasn't on there. It was unredacted. Okay, I was checking to make sure unleashed wasn't on the list. I was gonna delete it. Oh my god.
That is hilarious. I was like, maybe that's not a good idea. But he knows that his platform is where people are educated, equipped, and encouraged with a dash of humor on the side.
I certainly did learn. I certainly did learn how much ketchup I should keep in my dry storage. I did learn that. Apparently, you can never have. More. You can never have too much tomato ketchup in your dry storage.
That's hilarious.
Yeah. I know. And Baby Pepper is walking. We got to see Baby Pepper walking, which was the cutest thing ever.
I don't know. I just that's the one thing I can say out of this entire trial, like positive, is that I'm really addicted to some of those older videos, going through and watching. I catch the new stuff, but I've also gone back, and man, those coin pushers really are addictive.
The coin pusher videos are epic. We've got to make sure that Jeremy Hales and his channel succeeds so that we can have more of those, because the world needs more coin pusher videos.
I'm like, man, I want to do that one day.
I know.
I just want to do it.
I know. I want to do it too. Apparently, there's a place that has them in Pennsylvania. I'm seriously considering that we need to have a meetup in Pennsylvania and go coin
That's
pushing.
what I was thinking. The next meetup that somebody has, we need to have it around a coin pusher. You know?
We should. Oh, the coin pusher videos are so fantastic. And if anybody, I don't know if you know this, but on Wednesdays, the expert watches them with his audience. And it's a lot of fun. Is today Wednesday? He might be doing one tonight. I don't know.
Actually, today is Wednesday. Huh.
He might be doing one tonight.
It's so chaotic and crazy. I can't even remember what day it is anymore.
I know. I'm losing time for sure.
This statement about his channel, I think people have no idea what kind of work just goes into a channel, period. They have no idea how much work you have to put in. And Jeremy is beyond it. I mean, he runs businesses. The stuff that he does is crazy. The amount of time, you can just tell he is always working. So when he's noting he's expended and continues to expend substantial time, money, and resources in acquiring subscribers, providing ongoing programmings, and maintaining relationships and goodwill with them, that is the most integral part. There's where the damage comes in, because people have this idea that somehow, some way, something terrible was done, and it had nothing to do with Jeremy Hales at all. It damages the relationship and the goodwill. So, our folks here, of course, we have the known, we have LMNOP. She should have gone with that. I'm telling you, that would have been the most amazing thing I've ever seen. We have Johnny Cook. We have Z Bruce. Brucey. Mac and cheeses.
Bruce Mac and cheese.
Yeah, it's funny. I've been saying that a long time, and you were like, "Hey, I thought that's funny when you say Mackins all the time." I was like, "Yeah, that's mac and cheese." It's funny. You're the first person to point that out that I noticed. So that's good.
You keep saying Mackins. I'm like, is that because you're just too lazy to read his last name? Is this like a Dougism?
Sometimes it's one of those jokes that takes forever. You know, you just never tell anyone the punchline, and someone finally stumbles over it.
It finally annoyed me enough that I was like, why do you keep saying Mackins? And then, yep.
I did.
I should have known. I should have known. There's a punchline.
No, it could have been butchering a name. I butcher plenty of names.
I know, but you do the long. Tug goes for the long haul on the jokes. Like, he goes for the long con. He will wait. He will just wait until it becomes revealed what the punchline is. It was one of those.
Yeah, what's funny is then when it dawns on somebody and they're like, and then they start thinking about, my God, how long has this joke actually been going on?
Like when you said the other day you were mirroring someone to see how long it would take them to realize all you were doing was repeating back what they said to you.
Yeah. I was messing with somebody the other day. I was let's call it a social experiment. I was just having fun. You know, you can go in and just repeat what a person says. You know, you want to give people this illusion of active listening, and they say one of the ways to do that is to repeat things back. So I was like, well, I wonder how many times I could do that. I got in 15 replies, and finally, after 15 replies, and they were like, wait a minute. I loved it. That was so funny.
Oh, that's a good joke.
So
that's a really good joke.
Weeks, by the way, again, host and or operators of Toolies in a Pod and other social media. We have David C. Helm, who is a resident of Michigan, licensed to practice law in that state, who operates a YouTube channel with a current YouTube subscriber base of over 3,000 people. That would be MLS, or Making Law Simple, where he refers to himself as the God of Law, all as a media figure.
All right, it makes me laugh. It makes me laugh just a little bit that a federal judge is going to see that someone calls themselves the God of Law.
I am the God of Law.
That does make me laugh a little.
Well, when the internet spills over into lawsuits, some stuff in there is absolutely hilarious sometimes. You know, unintentionally. You know, just some of the things that become normal. You know? I can just see somebody being like, that umbrella guy, aka that umbrella god, aka
that umbrella god, aka Tug's tits, aka Tug's thugs.
Oh my God.
AKA Pickle You. Imagine how many AKAs would have to be behind your name. There are so many.
Oh Lord, I would just add more of them, you know, just to add a few more.
AKA Tug's triplets. AKA
triplets. The internet is a crazy place. Like the norm. It's just so wild what entertainment
AKA
is.
Pope Tug.
Oh man. They bring you in as evidence.
Oh God! The longer this goes on, the longer I'm thinking I really am going to have to wheel in Turtle Purgatory into a courtroom at some point.
Yeah. Well, I know, honestly, we will be talking one day. These morons will probably sue. Maybe not because of their vexatious litigation. When that stuff gets knocked down, that looks really bad for you. You keep doing that and going after people. That does look really bad. So maybe not. Maybe they're, right now they're tied up in, well, to quote the Count on Sesame Street, not one, not two, but three lawsuits. Then we have Robert Kesey, who operates a YouTube channel with a current YouTube fan base of over 65,000 people, gets swamped as a media figure. I don't know anything about him, by the way. So I know.
I do. He's a gator wrangler. Jeremy Hales helped him build his YouTube channel from the ground up. And that's what Jeremy says, that he helped him, that he would drive an hour and a half out of his way to go help him learn YouTube every week. And this is the payment he gets back. Sometimes you help people and they decide they're gonna try to make their name on you, which is Jeremy, unfortunate.
I know Jeremy's listening. So one thing I would say, don't let people that do that take away from what you do for people. I've been there, and man, I don't cover comics really anymore because it was such a horrible place to be for so long. It's one of the reasons, but I still help out people that are part of that, because I know they need it. And I hope that doesn't detract, because the guy, he has documented a lot of good. In fact, one night, I thought around Christmas, I would pull up the Madam Mayor stuff with Christmas in the Creek. I thought I would pull up, the good that does happen around, where they're walking around showing stuff off, just to show that people, period, have tried to do good, and really get a Christmas feel. But also defendant Marley Hughes, who is friendly with Preston, and a plumber who is friendly with Preston. Okay, we have our skippable here, the Genesis, of course. We have seen all of the date and timeline that is laid out. I'll just summarize real quick. All times prior to 2020 was a viewer of the channel What the Hales. And May 18th, around there, 2020, started her own YouTube channel. December 2020, learned through watching What the Hales that Hales had purchased land. And we know where that land is, in Otter Creek. Preston saw this as a golden opportunity in order to take advantage of Hale's generosity, demonstrated through social media platforms. Accordingly, Preston came up with the idea about how she would get money from Hale's. And that idea was to move her residence to be as close to Hale's as possible in Otter Creek, Florida. Preston confirmed this in discussions with Jamie Starr Johnson. Fascinating seeing all these little pieces come together, like the Jamie Starr Johnson discussions. Do you want to take the next page, by the way?
Sure.
That way I'm not monotonously. Okay. I think that'll be a good flow.
Sure,
there's a lot of pages. 2020, Preston and Cook. They resided together in Northport, which we're learning more and more about Northport. Wow, the stuff we've learned about Northport.
Yeah, we've learned a lot about Northport, for sure.
I saw somebody sent me the marriage thing. The YouTube that was set up for that, where if you wanted someone to preside over your wedding, and I was reading through some of the posts, and apparently that has happened before. So I haven't seen a new one talking about them presiding over, but apparently you could have that too. You could actually have LMNOP preside over your wedding. Oh man, if all this crazy wasn't there, that would even be funny. Too bad it's
like we said, she should be doing these weddings at Turtle Purgatory, dressed up like Elvis, and make some money.
Yeah,
do her own thing and bring people, to come see and take pictures with her and stuff and do cameos. But she's determined to get somebody else's money, I think. That's how it seems.
Could you imagine her
She's
doing
not
like
interested in her own money. She's not interested in learning how to make her own living. It's about getting a living from everybody else, which is how it seems. That's her social media presence.
Oh man, John Cook dressed up like Elvis trying to do the hip thing.
With a bandage all the way up to his
he'd be bandaged. Be like, that'd be awesome.
They should lean in, you know?
God, I would.
Play it
Man,
up.
I would. I'd be a millionaire by now. I would lean into every one of these. But in Northport, where they created multiple local Sarasota County Facebook pages asking for donations for Preston's 501c3. It's a shell thing. A purported tortoise rescue, not open to the public. Yes, we've seen a lot about the asking for money with that stuff too. There's been a lot more documentation. Wow. I was shocked when somebody sent all the requests for money, that were posted.
I knew there were a lot out there, but I mean, there were so many. It took me 10 minutes to read through them. I mean, it was absurd.
Yeah. So on or about July 17, 2021, she drives from Northport to a vacant lot. I always love this part here. Across the street from Hale's property, Levy County, Florida. Herein, vacant lot across the road.
Where's my button?
Lord, that one's loud today, by the way.
Oh no. I hate it when that happens. I will try to turn it down.
Now, the picture they're talking about here is actually included as an exhibit. We have an exhibit of that. So let me pull the exhibit up. So this is our picture that was noted. It says, what? Pickles? No, not pickles. It's a war crime.
That's Jeremy's sign.
Yeah. It says, what the hell's my new neighbors, loving my life, pay for land, building a new house, new Jeep Gladiator, which we've heard more about too, a beautiful baby girl, new beginnings, hearts on the mend. So, of course, they had nothing. They knew nothing about what the hell's, except they're excited about them being one of their neighbors. They played that up for sure. That's kind of interesting for people who don't know anything about their neighbors, right?
Yeah, strange.
Very
doesn't really add up. The math isn't mathing there.
So they note that they're taking a fan picture with Jamie Starr Johnson by the entrance of Hale's property, where his drive-through sign was publicly known to be located. Posting this fan picture to her social media, she falsely stated that she had bought the vacant lot across the road and that Hale's was now her new neighbor. On the same July 2021 visit, Preston told Hale she was a super fan, and she asked him if he could help remove a tree from the vacant lot across the road.
Is that any less loud? I turned it down.
It's still loud. Yeah. It's not overwhelming or anything when I say that. I'm not like, oh my God, but it's I
still haven't gone over all
it's
those
got to be
buttons.
It's got to be when all of that stuff resets.
I know. And then now I have to reset all my buttons. In fact, my sound's all screwed up tonight too. I can't hear it in my ears well. It's just the whole thing.
Blame Jeremy.
Blame Jeremy.
Blame Jeremy.
For sure.
Raining here and stuff. I blame Jeremy.
That's really the safest thing. Of course, we could blame Jeff these days now too. There's nothing stopping us from blaming Jeff either now.
He would actually love that too. It's people with names that begin with J. What's that?
Everybody's going to start blaming Jeff for when their mics are muted too. And everyone's blaming Jeff for boomer moments. Yeah, for boomer moments on stream, which is really funny.
This is actually a very interesting portion. A lot of people, when they look over this, it's easy if you're just new to all of it. It's easy to look at this and say, okay, the meeting moment. Well, this meeting moment, according to her, she's changed her narrative on it and told many other people crazy stories about it. But when you look at the actual contact, Jeremy's talking about, yeah, she contacted She emailed, she asked for versus what she's been telling people. It's just interesting. Even the math on this, it doesn't math. And Hales, I'll hit the bottom of that, then give you the page. And Hales, not knowing that Preston was lying and believing her lies, that she was the owner of the vacant lot across the road.
I will refrain from using the button. Dun, dun, dun.
Homemade sound effects.
Isn't this my page? This is my page. You're reading my page. You're reading my page, Tug. What? Personally used his tractor to move the tree from the vacant lot across the road. Dun, dun, dun. Which she did not even own.
Do you remember that word that they confused for a guillotine?
Yes.
You're running the gauntlet. Look, I'm making you run the gauntlet. You're like, how can I read it, Tuck? What's going on?
Stop moving it. It's the stream gauntlet. On or about July 21st, Preston and Cook listed their Northport, Florida house for sale. On or about October 8th, Preston and Cook bought the same vacant lot across the street from Hales' property in Levy County, Florida that she visited in July of 2021. Dun, dun, dun. Okay, keep scrolling.
It's a road, Megan.
Is it Dead Dog Road? Because that's the only road I care about, not Otter Creek. If it ain't Dead Dog Road, I don't want to talk about it.
Yeah, you're like, it's just a street. It's not even a road.
Street. If your road is not named Dead Dog Road, you don't have a road. On or about October 27th, 2021, Preston and Cook sold their Northport, Florida house. Between December 2021 and February 2023, both Preston and Cook created multiple local Levy County Facebook pages asking for donations to Preston's 501c3 It's a Shell thing, a purported tortoise rescue, not open to the public.
I love it's always a purported tortoise rescue. Tortoise rescue.
Someone's going to have to prove to me that any tortoises were actually rescued.
Yeah,
I'm not sure about that.
Well, and if it's true, again, I don't know. I see discussion back and forth. But if the 501c3 has not been renewed, doesn't that make them all just pets? And if you could just change it over from one to the other, weren't they all just pets anyway?
That's a good question. I mean, and also, where's the state of New York when you need them to kick in a door and murder your pets that you don't have proper licensing for?
Well, unfortunately, like, and sadly in this story,
New York.
You don't even need the authorities to allegedly take out those animals.
Yep, you don't even need the feds to come and kick in your door here. Between December 2021 and February 2023, Preston made it clear to Hales she was a fan of Hales and would on occasion ask Hales for free merchandise, stating that she needed money to pay her bills.
Oh, man. The leap pads, too. We actually saw that one listing asking for, what was it, games for the leap pads?
Yeah, games.
Yeah, so I mean, we have more to follow that up, just to know too, interestingly enough. So on or about February the 12th, 2023, Hales relented to the constant request from Preston and gave Preston 2 leap pads. They describe what a leap pad is. We will not do that one today. On or about February 15th, 2023, Preston asked Hales if she could attend for free a paid meet and greet live event that Hales was having in Levy County, Florida, with many of his fans and supporters visiting on site from around the world. Hales said yes. On or about February the 20th, 2023, Preston asked Hales if she could bring her own donation box for the fan of Hales to the paid meet and greet live event. Hales said no. And this always makes sense with him saying no, because they paid to be there. You know,
Mm-hmm.
I mean, shaking them down for money. Isn't it amazing? No matter what you do for some people too, that one no, what happens? I think we've all seen examples of that, especially if you've been online for a little while. You've seen examples of that happen to you. It's what have you done for me lately? but
Mhm.
we've never seen, most of us have never seen this.
Nope.
Extortion and blackmail begins. Being denied further access to, what's that word again?
Pecuniary? I didn't even see. I wasn't following along. I just said it just
You
in
should just say
case.
it. I mean, if I'm like, hey,
Pecuniary.
what's that word? You just read it.
Just say
You know, it'd be funny if
pecuniary.
you're not reading along. I'm just going to say that sometime, and you'll be like, wait a minute. We'll have you insert pecuniary.
That was a good guess that it was pecuniary.
What's that? Is I'm just entertained by that. Can I say pecuniary? Yes. But
Look at him saying it like a pro now all of a sudden.
At first,
Oh.
it would not roll out that first day, though. It kept
Oh my God.
bunching up. And
What if it turns out that this accent that he's got going on is a total put on too? Like he's completely putting on this
good
southern
day,
thing.
mate. You're like, what's up?
He's actually Australian.
And Tug's Tits was real. It actually, AKA that umbrella gal. Dun, dun, dun.
Yeah, he's using a voice changer. God, we would never know, really.
I've heard people say that Camelot, his accent is fake, and I'm like, no.
No.
I know accents from these areas. His accent is very real, but
it's very
he's been
hard to
accused of
fake
that a bunch of times.
That's stupid. That's really dumb. Cody's definitely a good old boy. That's funny.
Yeah, I just think that's always funny. I'm like, so he really plays up his accent. Is that what you're saying? You know, I'm like, no. You know, he's not doing that on purpose. I can try a really redneck accent. Being denied further access to pecuniary advantages.
He did it. Look, he's just completely messing with us. He can say pecuniary.
I couldn't that first day for real. I don't know. Do you ever have days like that when one word will not come to you?
Yes.
I have that in videos. It's really funny. You can go through when I make a video. If I mess up a word, it makes me mad. So I'll go back and I'll do it. And I'll get stuck sometimes. You know, be like, oh well, are there 40 takes of that sentence? Yes, there are. They would have, if permitted, to solicit donations from the Hale's fan base. Preston and Cook maliciously began threatening to do injury to Hale's reputation with intent, thereby to extort a, what is that again, Megan?
Pecuniary.
Pecuniary, thank you. Advantage from themselves. Preston and Cook immediately began publishing defamatory statements about Hales on their various social media platforms. In May 2023, for example, Preston stated on her social media that she, quote, watched Jeremy Hale's videos till recently, and, quote, Jeremy Hales only thinks about the size of his junk.
Apparently, so does Bruce.
Yes, he thinks about it quite a bit.
He thinks about it a lot.
It's kind of, I don't know.
It's awfully strange. I don't know. He spent like 45 minutes trying to get to the bottom of Jeremy Hales' junk.
He's macking. He's like, hey, baby.
On or about May 1st, 2023, Hales went to Ohio with the intention to remain there until the fall of 2023, only returning occasionally for town hall meetings, which occur monthly. In May 2023, when Hales returned from Ohio for a town meeting, Cook pulled a gun on Hales as Hales was driving by on the public roadway to enter Hales' own property, trespassed in his truck onto Hales' property with a gun, and when Hales confronted him and requested him to leave, Cook told Hales that if he moved one step further, he will see something go bang, and maliciously threatened to do injury to Hales' reputation with intent thereby to extort a pecuniary advantage, and accordingly publicly stated falsely on Facebook that Hales' fiance had oral relations with him and that he has photographs to prove it. And there is a footnote number 2, which says, Cook posted, Jeremy, would you like me to post pictures of my rooster in George's mouth? You can't take this one down. What a lovely man. What a lovely human. After Hales left Florida to go back to Ohio in May of 2023, Preston wrote many double-sided road signs and placed them around the roads surrounding the Hales property in Levy County, and those signs falsely stated, Jeremy Hales arped my daughter, Jeremy Hales has to go, what the Hales, Jeremy Hales, Ohio arpist.
No Ohio arpist in Levy County. Stop Jeremy Hales. Jeremy Hales needs to go. No child arpists in Levy Co. Stop Jeremy Hales. No arpists in Levy Co.
Hey, ho, ho. Sorry.
Yeah. Those Ohio persons have got to go. In July 2023, Preston's posted on her social media that John posted the signs, not me. Yes, they have the worst excuses for this, by the way. What was the newest one they were trying to use was somehow that's about something else. You know, it's not about those signs. It's about a different sign. It's like, yeah, no. If it were just about some innocuous thing, then why would they need to shift blame?
Mm-hmm.
You know, none of this jobs, but there's always some type of spin. There's always some type of, what should I call it? PR. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Now, accordingly, on or about May 23rd, 2023, Hales hires an attorney who sent a cease and desist letter to Preston and Cook, which stated, your unlawful defamatory statements directed to Jeremy Hales on social media platforms constitutes libel under Florida law. Cease and desist publishing all defamatory statements. It has come to our attention that you posted defamatory statements regarding Jeremy Hales on various web pages, including but not limited to Otter Creek Friends and Neighbors, Otter Creek Politics, The Heart of Otter Creek, It's a Shell Thing, Inc., as well as other social media platforms. We demand that you immediately cease and desist your unlawful defamation of Mr. Jeremy Hales, George, what the hales, and all other variations, including all misspellings. I just love it. Considering the target there.
Including all misspellings.
And euphemisms, such as
funny.
the YouTubers, neighbors, etc. Immediately remove and delete all postings related to Mr. Hales and his interests, and see that you provide us with written assurance within 10 days that you will cease and desist from further libel directed to our clients. Now, it always amazes me, too, that these folks, they talk about Jeremy Hales and they say that he is a litigious person, meaning he will sue. So they know he will sue. And they, again, they're not exchanging words like you're fat, you're ugly. You know, you can do that. In fact, I think Jeremy Hales quite enjoy that game some days. You know, if it were just that, he's a master at that. He could give you a master class on that one.
Mm-hmm.
The problem is when you start sticking signs up and you start accusing him of terrible things that will destroy a person's life. That's when you start getting into it. And weirdly, despite the litigation and everything that came up, all these other people that have built this ecosystem, you've seen what they've engaged in. There's quite a few of them. They have made statement of fact.
They're literally trying to drive a wedge between him and his audience. They're trying real desperately to put a wedge, saying that he's fake, saying that he's not a real Christian. You know, Jeremy has an audience who a lot of them are Christians. They're attacking him in the places where they think it will hurt him with his audience. That is so gross to me. It is so gross. It has nothing to do with justice. It has nothing to do with getting to the truth of anything. It's just about sullying his name in his community where he does business and where he is successful.
I think it's also about putting him in the ground. I think ultimately they want to drive him to do something terrible to himself. And I think that's horrible. But the relentless way that they've attacked, again, they're not insulting. These are things you could ignore. I mean, who would care? You don't have to like people, but to go out and try to not just destroy, but to isolate an individual, you know, make them worry about the people that are around you. And of course, we all self-blame, even if you are not responsible for something. we all internalize and we all point the finger and say, man, maybe I am responsible for this. You know, and that kind of stuff, it festers. It can eat away at you.
Stacey O points out, and George, they want to ruin their relationship. They have said it. Yes, they have.
Yeah, they have.
Yes,
indeed.
they have. They have tried to ruin his relationship with advertisers, relationship with his customers, with his YouTube audience, and now with George. And it's really, it's targeted and it's disgusting. It's absolutely disgusting.
I feel bad for the man. Like, honestly, when I go over this stuff, one of the reasons I continue to cover, and I cover it so heavily, is I think that there is a legitimate wrong that is being done and continues to be done. And it is being promoted in such a way that it's never stopped. You would usually, litigation will slow the flow of something, but I
if
feel
anything,
like
it's ramped it up.
Oh yeah.
I guarantee you they'll probably go live tonight complaining about this new lawsuit, the amended complaint, instead of just shutting up, lawyering up, and getting their defense together, because that's what they should be doing. I mean, I'm not going to give them any good advice, though. Do whatever you want.
Well, I mean, their problem. You can talk about whatever, but they continue to make statements of fact. They went to Otter Creek, Florida, and they made statements of fact alleging horrible things. They went around and canvassed, by their own admission, they canvassed his neighbors. And what they were saying live, they're telling people that they're there. Obviously, they're telling people who they are, so people can tune in, even if they weren't straight up making allegations to them, which I have this sneaking suspicion that they probably were. But even if they were making them live, where those people, well, they could very well tune in anyway. So taking it to your backyard, that's crazy.
It's totally crazy.
It is. I never thought it would end up like that. You have this thing in your mind. Like for me, I thought, man, the town hall stuff sounded interesting. I was like, the tailgating and stuff, that's fascinating. Like that would be something, that'd be interesting just to see in person. But the part of me that says, nah, how that'll be spun kicks in. And I don't. I just watch coverage of it. But the levels they went to. But on or about May 28th, 2023, Preston posted on her social media that I'm going to stand tall and not let Jeremy Hales hurt me ever again. I will put a cap in the ass of anyone who messes with her, and I'm done with it. You met your match, Mr. Hales. I love how they, again, tried to single this statement out and say, this doesn't say anything about anybody. They're not saying that specifically to him. And it's like, yeah, what about this statement and this one? When you look at that in context, it very much does make a statement about only Jeremy Hales.
Yes, it does.
We saw that in the depot, how they were trying to, or how Bruce was trying to spin that into something, that doesn't include Jeremy Hales somehow. like there's no context that you can pull from it. Oh, Lord.
Despite knowing the falsity of their statements, Preston and Cook used their defamatory statements to persuade Hale's customers to stop supporting Hales. As alternative, Preston demanded money from Hales and his fans on Facebook. I'll say it here for all the Hales fans to see. If you are so damn worried about me being abused and my little girl possibly being abused, which she's not, put your freaking money where your mouth is and pay Cook $65,000 so he can walk away and leave me in peace.
Wow. That's a damning statement.
There's a dollar amount there. It's pretty shocking.
Yeah, and it is a shocking amount of money. You and I talked about that amount of money. $65,000. That's not a drop in a bucket for most people. If you're at a place in your life where $65,000 is meaningless, props to you. If you need a friend, there's always a friend in me. But for real, I mean, $65,000 for most individuals is a lot of money. Ooh, look. Gaming?
Yes, it is. Gaming the malicious conspiracy to harm Hales. On June 19th, 2023, Preston wrote to Miss Shara Wolf, a freelance photojournalist at Freedom Public Press, hereinafter Miss Wolf, encouraging Miss Wolf to cover her story, and stated, "Last night's video was so full of lies and bullshit. I'm so glad you decided to take this, and I know it's going to take time to build it, and that's okay, because I want to be able to sue him, Shara. I want to be able to win." On June 27th, 2023, Preston stated in a chat, "We need to expose Hales. He needs to go under. I want to see him off YouTube permanently." In July 2023, Hales announced that he would be filing for an injunction against Preston and Cook in his home state of Ohio. On July 2nd, Preston said to Wolf,
"I need to sue this son of a bitch. I have no clue what jacked his brain and made him come after me." I need a little bit more.
You are not a nice person.
There you go, for reference.
Yeah, you are not. I can't even do it perfectly. It's just that bitch. Except that one, George, his girlfriend. She just has it.
This is great. This is great.
On her property, or George and I made her leave because she told me I should give my baby up for adoption. Oh, Lord. That's rough on my throat. Man, I can't imagine approaching life doing that all the time. I would sound like this. I'd be like, "Hey, Megan, how's it going? You are not a nice person." On July 5th, 2023, Preston admitted that Cook had falsely stated on Facebook that Hale's girlfriend had, quote unquote, cancer in her ass. It's horrible, by the way. Fucking horrible. Regarding this, Preston told Miss Wolf, "I can't tell John anything. Read his page. It's nasty. I made him take down the stuff that he wrote about Jeremy's girlfriend having cancer again in her ass, and what he wrote was disgusting. I told him that he needed to take it down." Well, that's fascinating. She's admitting that even they crossed the line. She's telling them that. Yeah, the admission there.
Yeah, that's so she admits that he did it, and also admits that she knows it was over the line.
Yeah,
really something else.
Yeah, that the whole idea of malicious intent, falsities, not caring that they're falsities, that meets that. That definitely meets that.
Yep. And
then Preston provided Miss Cook with a now expired link to Facebook group where Cook made these false statements. Now, on July 27th, 2023, Cook told Miss Wolf, "Well, it sounds like we got rid of George. She doesn't want to come back now. We just got to get rid of him," talking about Jeremy Hales. Wow, that is a heck of a statement, too. "We've ran off George. Now we just got to run him off." Those admissions, yeah, like we had talked about, these people picked the wrong one when they picked Shara to go after. They did. They were calling her out. The worst thing about it is they knew that she had all of this stuff, that she had been privy to everything, and they continued to not just call her a liar, but the other side of that, they threatened her.
How's that going for him?
For real.
How's that going for you guys? How's that working
get on Miss Wolf. I am proud of Shara for this.
Me too.
Me too.
Hey, look, that's the you want to know what is a journalist. She's somebody who has been embedded with a story and then had the courage to tell the truth about it, even though she was, allegedly brought on first to tell one side. She ended up telling the other. Because that's what journalism is. You find out the story you're working on is full of garbage and the people you're talking to are liars. Well, then you keep digging. You keep on looking, and then you tell the truth. That's what you do.
Yeah, that's probably the most interesting thing about being able to see her communications. You can tell two things. Number one, I legitimately believe this. Number one, she believed a narrative that they put out, but she was seeing problems with it. And she kept telling them, number two, over and over again, I'm not here on your side. I'm here to cover this. You know, and she keeps saying that more and more when she's ready to walk away. And you can see them belittle and abuse her behind the scenes. It's nasty. If you have any time, again, you and I we do disagree on stuff. I mean, heck, there's all kinds of stuff that we'll disagree on, and that's okay. You should be able to do that. We're covering something. We can look at something totally different. That doesn't mean you have to be isolated like you have the pox, you know, or have your life destroyed. Then you get to this, July 30th, 31st. Cook tells Miss Wolf, this is why we got to finish the job on Jeremy. Just because he gets arrested doesn't mean we stop nailing him to a cross. Is that legal? Again, they're saying, you know, legitly nailing him to a cross, not quote unquote nailing him to a cross, talking about taking him to court. Can we really do that though? All these types you find like this put themselves on a pedestal. Real AH. You seen how he's bragging on how he can't believe God gave him so much wealth. He doesn't say it that way either. That grosses me out. He says I'm blessed. I feel like I'm blessed. You know, I'm fortunate. I'm not bragging about money. I'm saying thank you. Like that's how you're like, man, I am blessed with this opportunity. I am blessed to have what's there, and thank you all. There's nothing wrong with that at all. Then he says, well, he better watch it because God giveth and can also taketh. He better watch it because now he's created a bunch of ops that will go against him. Looks to me the party already has begun. Lots of people now dropping him like a hot potato. Wow. The admission there. They're like, oh, we've never done any damage. We've never tried to isolate or ruin him. Well, what an admission right here, John. Bad timing there. Boy's mouth is so dangerous, and this type of talk causes people to get hurt or gets him hurt. What a threat and a half, man. This one right here, too. This is your case.
On August 8th, 2023, Cook stated in a chat, I'm not worried about him. There's an old saying, the older you get, the more life imprisonment doesn't mean shit.
How can you not say that's a threat?
I'm glad he feels that way. I have a feeling that will be his future. If maybe not through this case, but there is little to no chance that John Cook won't continue the way he.
I believe he should have been in jail for what he did to Patty.
So do I. I think he should have faced a criminal trial on that, and he didn't. But eventually, it's going to come up. It's going to catch up to him. You can't live like this and behave this way and it not catch up to you eventually.
Yep.
It will. It will. On August 22, 2023, Preston forwarded a website link to Miss Wolf. This website was titled Jeremy Hales of What the Hales goes on a homophobic tirade. Fake man. In forwarding that link to Miss Wolf, Preston said, the gay community is not happy. And yet again, we had Jeremy repeating John Cook's own words to him.
And it notes that the website the link has been deleted. So you can't go back and look at it.
That same day, Preston wrote an email to the mayor of Peninsula, Ohio, where Hales is a permanent resident. In this email, Preston makes false statements about Hales. This man has bullied our town clerk into a stroke. He has bullied and belittled and humiliated me for my tortoise rescue. I'm sorry. I have a hard time saying tortoise rescue with a straight face. I destroyed my tortoise rescue with total lies, called CPS with false allegations 7 times, all because I ran for a seat and he thought I might get it over Therese Granger, who at the time was, I thought, my friend, and I'm speaking terms with Jeremy regarding this communication. I feel like I'm going crazy when I read her words. Regarding this communication, Preston told Miss Wolf This video shows the true Jeremy Hales, the one he edits out and hides. He's stalking my family, my child, and bullying and harassing me, belittling me and lying about me to everyone because I ran with Therese Granger for a seat on our board. Hales calls names, and bullies people, and abuses people for financial gain. And you thought it was funny. He's not funny.
His ex-wife and children don't think he's funny. No one here thinks he's funny, causing our town clerk to have a stroke, including, I think I might be having one of these words here. Was not funny.
I have anxiety over the roof.
That's not funny.
It's not funny. Oh, coming soon to a court document near you. They were doing funny voices of my client, Your Honor.
Oh my God, Becky, they were laughing and reading a document. How dare they?
How dare they? They were making fun of my client's voice. I will have you know, she has legitimate medical reasons for having that scratchy voice.
She has so many names because she can't actually say them all. That's why she has LMNOP. It's a disease. The LMNOP is a disease. I understand it now. Never knew that. After a full hearing with Preston and Cook present, September 2023, an Ohio court issued a 2-year renewable restraining order / injunction against Preston and Cook for stalking Hales and his fiancee. To date, this has not stopped Preston and Cook from continuing their illegal actions against Hales rather than cease. Preston, for example, has demanded that Hales provide her with a list of names and contact information of all his donors. Preston, in furtherance of a pursuit of Miss Wolf as a journalist to cover the story, made the following statement to Miss Wolf about Hales. Thank you for all you're doing. I mean that from the bottom of my heart. Helping me stop him and get the case against him is going to be the greatest thing on earth for me. I want to sue him, and I hope to God he settles out of court and gives me enough to finish my house, pay off my stuff, and get my ex-husband. That would be you, John Cook, by the way. Living somewhere else. Amen to all of that.
Amen to all of that. Amen.
Man, I cannot, like, if I were John Cook, God, at some point I'd be like, shut up, you know, well, the stuff she says about him. Again, I'm not saying he's a good person in any way. I'm just thinking, at what point are you like?
I think I understand why he screams at her all the time. I mean, to be totally honest, I'm always wondering, how abusive is he really? Or is it just him going, I can't take it anymore, shut up?
Man, I mean, she's accused him of...
I don't really believe anything she says anymore. So when she says that he's been abusive to her, I kind of wonder if it's the other way around. Yeah, there's a part of me that thinks maybe she's the one who's abusive to him.
I wonder. I think both of them are pretty awful. You know?
Yes, they both seem pretty awful, but yeah. Whenever though we see footage of them, like from cop footage or whatever, she's the one screaming all the time.
It does seem like a cops, Otter Creek, bad boys. What?
Yeah, we don't really see John Cook doing much screaming. We did hear some screaming in the background of one of Char's videos that was John Cook, but on the whole, we've heard a lot more of Lynette screaming.
Well, and it's not just the screaming, it's the allegations. Like every time she talks to the cops, she's saying, oh, he's a liar. You know, he lies about everything. In fact, look in the shed. Look what's in the bottle in the shed.
Don't look at the bottle in the shed.
Don't drink out of the bottle in the shed, please.
Oh, God, no.
So Mackins initiates contact with Preston and joins the conspiracy. In early 2024, Mackins initiated contact with Preston by reaching out to her on Preston's Facebook Messenger. As a result, Mackins decided to join Preston and Cook's plan to quote-unquote take down Hales.
To begin, Mackins, on or about March 11th, 2024, sent a letter out to many YouTube law channels soliciting coverage for himself and connecting this to Jeremy Hales, stating, from Bruce Mackins, March 11th, judicial misconduct and cover-up. We could read this, or I could play the song I wrote with this email in it. Would that be more fun if AI is saying it to you?
I think it might be.
I feel like it would be more fun. I feel like it would definitely be more fun if AI is saying it to you. So let me go to my library, and I need to go to my playlists and my Bruce the Musical. And it would be the very first email, I believe, that he sent out, which would be this one. Yep, this is the one. Oh my God, you guys are in for a treat. This is a great song. This is a great song. This will be in Bruce the Musical. The lyrics are exactly the same as this email that's in the thing, except I added a chorus because he's not very musical the way that he writes. So here we go. Here we go.
Hi, Miss Fox. I've been catching up on the What the Hales saga as a 27-year lawyer. I have some thoughts if you're interested. I also have some questions that I'd love to ask if you're willing to understand the origins of the Hales, Lynette Moore, and how you came to write about it on PJ Media. I have myself filed complaints against judges in the past. You hate to register Connecticut Law Tribune. Easy to find with Google search of my name. It's a mac and cheese scandal with all the corruption you can handle. You'll love this tale of sorrow. Have me on the show tomorrow.
Yeah. Get it.
Search of my name. It's a mac and cheese scandal with all the corruption you can handle. You'll love this tale of sorrow. Have me on the show tomorrow. I have a story of a Connecticut judge who allowed two lawyers to engage in open conflict. And when the conflict was reported in a bar complaint, it was whitewashed to protect the lawyers and judge. It's a mac and cheese scandal with all the corruption you can handle. You'll love this tale of sorrow. Have me on the show tomorrow. It was all part of a scheme to steal a macaroni and cheese restaurant LLC and the market created by its founder. Very entertaining stuff, I assure you. That discusses the conflict and cover up in the context of comparing that to a current ongoing disciplinary proceeding against me. I show the dichotomy of cover up, conjure up in the lawyer disciplinary process in Connecticut. For powerful lawyers and judges, misconduct is covered up. For powerless solo lawyers, misconduct is conjured up so they can make their numbers. If interested, I have a much more detailed written article about the conflict. Cover up, which I can share with you. It has not been published yet. Every fact I state in the op-ed and the longer piece is documented in court transcripts and filings. It's a mac and cheese scandal with all the corruption you can handle. You'll love this tale of sorrow. Have me on the show tomorrow. Google search of my name. What's this story? It's reported, picked up. It has legs. It just needs to get busted out by an appropriate source such as yourself. The judge's conduct can and should result in serious consequences, especially given that it was not known when she was confirmed to the federal bench. If it were, she likely would not have won confirmation. It's a mac and cheese scandal with all the corruption you can handle. You'll love this tale of sorrow. Have me on the show tomorrow. Thanks. And please let me know if you like this week. First Maskin, SQ.
And there it is.
For anyone wondering, too, just to note, that is exactly how it reads. So if you're wondering if you missed any of it, no, that is exactly what it is. It's hilarious because I was reading along with it.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's all of the words, except the chorus I did write. It's a mac and cheese scandal with all the corruption you can handle. I wrote that part because he doesn't have a very musical way of writing, so it needed a chorus.
That is beautiful.
I added that part, but I think he would approve. Clearly, he was trying to get on the show, and he believes it's the biggest corruption story, on Earth since Watergate. And so I don't think it's. I think he would like it, frankly.
I love it.
Then they broke this up nicely. And you know what, folks? You can't get this kind of entertainment anywhere else. If you like this kind of entertainment, make sure that you hit the like button, you hit the subscribe button, and you send breadsticks, because breadstick money keeps this show going, and it keeps us able to have subscriptions to Suno AI so that we can continue making ridiculous songs just like that for your entertainment.
Yeah, I
because
was
that's
thinking
why
about
we're
this.
here
Like,
for you.
Just Suno is like a $360 cost a
know.
year.
I know it's a lot of money.
Like, oh man, the fun and the stuff that it adds to shows. Holy, it's
Yeah,
amazing.
it really does. It's a tool we need to have. So send breadsticks, help us pay for the AI. It helps. Every little bit helps, and also makes the haters angry. If you want to watch the haters in their double XL, all their rolls rolling around on the floor, screaming and crying, it's the breadstick money. That's really what does it. The breadstick money makes them screech like vampires being hit with holy water and garlic at the same time. So please do send the breadstick money. Show the haters that you care about us, and that makes them very, very upset.
Rock that double wide like a hurricane, baby. That's right.
Not that there's anything wrong with that.
It was about that time that Mackins initiated contact with Preston, and thereafter wrote the initial motions to dismiss in this lawsuit that were later denied. However, these were filed pro se by Preston and Cook, April 2024. That is wild to note. That is, I mean, in most other cases, if this were something that came up in a regular case, you'd be like, oh my God, really? What? But there's so much stuff that details like this get buried. It's
Yeah, this
wild.
is a big deal. You can't file litigation or responses in court as a lawyer if you're not entered in the case.
This stuff is wild. All of it. Now, trying to stay hidden. April 19, 2024, Mackins wrote to That Umbrella Guy. Hereafter, we will be called Tug. By the way, a popular YouTube host on legal issues nationwide, baby. Seeking to promote himself, and stated, you can see again there, subject, what the hell's in Preston, to another umbrella, that's me, Tug.
By the way, the chat is asking, are we going to have a video for that? It's an entire musical. It's going to be least it's going to be over a half hour long. There will be a video. This is a labor. It's taking me a long time to do it because I'm doing all of his letters and Shizzy's letters in response and our letters and everything else. So it's going to take a while. But yes, I'm working on it. A serious question. Wait. Is this a new letter? Oh, is this the one to you?
Yeah, that's me.
Oh, I need to put this one in my musical. I don't think I have this one. Why are you and DUI Guy Plus and Megan Fox and Legal Vices, God rest his soul, and Legally Live and MG Law all doing this exact same thing, and none of you have even one person on your webcast to offer a different perspective, such as a lawyer who can engage in actual legal analysis? This made me so mad when I read it the first time because I was like, who do you think Legal Vices and MG Law are? And DUI Guy. They're all lawyers, all of them.
You know what's funny about this is I didn't even know it existed until I got the thumbnail thread.
Oh, God.
So he was probably like, oh my God, they just ignored me. They don't want me on. It's like, no, you didn't even register. Congratulations.
Ellie has a good point here too. Oh noes, they're telling Lawtube how to Lawtube. Yeah, that's going to go over real well.
Oh noes?
Oh, it's all the same. Videos of hearings, making silly jokes to pander to all the Hales fans, not ever acknowledging anything negative with respect to the Hales. Maybe because there wasn't anything that came up in that coverage. That's my take. Megan Fox's original PJ Media article is so inaccurate about the legal issues, and amazingly, even lawyers like Larry Foreman say the same nonsense, i.e., that the Sixth Amendment or Fourth Amendment apply to the case before Judge Thomas's. Well, the Fourth Amendment, illegal search and seizure, yeah, they had no right to take his guns. He didn't do anything. All of the YouTube coverage started from that. How and why did Megan decide to write that piece? How much of this is orchestrated by Hales for content? In my opinion, all it will take to completely turn the tables is a competent lawyer who can represent Preston in federal court, where she can bring counterclaims that would be much stronger than the claims Hales brought. Where was I? Oh, yes. Let me know if you want to set your coverage apart by having a serious lawyer discuss the many issues not being discussed. Oh, serious. A serious lawyer. Not a snake lawyer. No. A serious lawyer.
Indeed.
Serious. A very serious lawyer. Oh, my
Esquire.
God. Esquire. It's always the same. Why are you doing all these? Tell your stupid jokes. It's always the same. Yes, that's right. That's what we do here.
So stupid. Sheesh.
Shut up, Bruce. Nobody wants to hear it. Off you flock. After sending these emails, Matkins stated publicly that his goal is to create an anti-what-the-hales media ecosystem. Curious. Matkins has published to a third party the following false statements. Hit it, Tug.
Jeremy Hales gave me the nickname with an anti-Semitic tinge. Oh,
God.
Jeremy Hale's storylines involving the neighbors are fake. Fox and that umbrella guy profit from Hale's cyber stalking under the guise of journalism.
He totally sounds like a hall monitor. It's perfect.
Teacher. Dave, aren't you listening?
Did I do that?
Exactly. Jeremy Hales is a public stalker of private victims. Jeremy Hales fabricated storylines using innocent, powerless people's lives to sell as entertainment for profit.
Oh,
man.
That's so good. Teacher.
I'm telling Dave Neal. He'll put you in your place, Megan. Yes, I did talk to Gingrich one or however many times.
Oh, speaking of Dave Neal, by the way, I got the most amazing delivery today of chocolate-covered strawberries and a giant bouquet of beautiful red and white flowers from Dave and Bruce and Lauren and like a bunch of other people who I don't know if they want to be named, but it was just so kind. It was so kind. I told Dave, I said, thank God you sent the strawberries. I haven't made snacks for my kids in days. Like, I don't know what they're eating, but I'm sure it's crap. And I was happy to have the chocolate covered strawberries. They were so happy to dive into them.
Well, when you know, you know.
You know. Do you know or do you know? No.
I think I know, but do you know? No. I love that. I'll never forget the no in part.
The no.
Hale initiates contact with Preston and joins the conspiracy. Early 2024, Hale appears on a YouTube live stream with Hales. It seems very friendly to Hales. Hale asks Hales to join him on a live stream to play Legos with him, which is something that Hale enjoys doing. YouTube channel. Hales did not respond. Thereafter, Hale saw a photo of Hales playing Legos with Larry Foreman Esquire, who operates a YouTube channel with a current YouTube subscription fan base of over almost 500,000 people. We'll say there under DUI, plus Buckle Up, and as such is a competitor with him on YouTube. Helm was upset by this. Accordingly, Helm contacted Preston and Cook and offered his assistance to provide her with a platform in support of Preston and Cook's plan to take down Hales. As a result, Helm decided to join Preston and Cook's plan to take down Hales.
Okay, so one small point. Jeremy did respond. I think there's a little bit of an error here, because Jeremy did respond to MLS's invite for Lego stream, and he did go on it, but he didn't bring any Legos. And I think that was upsetting to David in some way. I don't know. I don't know why, but he did go on the show.
I don't even know this chapter. Like, again, I'm going through here, but I didn't even keep up with that chapter of anything.
Yeah, he was on the show.
I heard a little bit of it afterwards. Okay.
Yeah, he was on the show and he didn't bring Legos. George did, though. George brought Legos and did them with Deanna. So I don't know. I don't know what happened. I was kind of rewatching it a little bit today to kind of get caught up to speed on what happened on that show. But I do know that you can see right around the 3 hour and about 11-minute mark, David tells Jeremy that he contacted Lynette and things go downhill from there. If you remember back at the time, Lynette had a temporary restraining order against Jeremy that kept him from being able to contact her even through a third party. So when he gave his story out to different YouTubers, it was under the understanding that you would not reach out to the other side, because that restraining order could then put him in jail. He could be in contempt.
He had said that multiple times, so he made it very clear.
And I put it in my article that this judge had actually made it impossible for me to do my job. I could not contact the subject of an article or who someone mentioned in an article, because his order was so draconian that if I did contact her and the person who alerted me to her presence was Jeremy Hales, Jeremy could go to jail for it. And I wrote about that in my article. So the fact that somebody that Jeremy was in contact with then reached out to her, I'm sure did not make him feel good. Helm contacted Mackins and others to enlist them as co-conspirators to take down Hales as part of a anti-What the Hales media ecosystem. Since April of 2024, Helm has made YouTube video publications on his YouTube channel, which are 1, part of the anti-What the Hales media ecosystem, and 2, replete with further defamatory statements about Jeremy Hales, all as part of an anti-What the Hales media ecosystem. For example, in one broadcast publication, Let's Talk About Florida Man, What the Hales, Helm made the following false statement about Hales. Jeremy Hales falsely claims he does not earn money off of YouTube. In another video, Helm said, "The God of Law is going to prove in this video why Jeremy Hales is twice as dumb, and that's not an opinion. He's going to prove it because fair use, anybody on YouTube can use my videos without permission. It falls under fair use. People can use my name, image, content, videos, and intellectual property to comment to each for news," and the list goes on and on and on. So regardless of how Mr. Hales simply ignores copyright law, and now looking even more foolish, his own words coming back to haunt him. Is that a complete thought? Because where is the punctuation? I'm sorry. I had a hard time understanding what that all said. In these videos, Helm makes false statements about Mr. Hales that are presented in a way that imply clear factual accusations, all as a part of anti-What the Hales media ecosystem.
Helm also invited Mackins to appear with him, and Mackins did so, thus displaying their relationship at joint tort feasters. It sounds like they're sharing a biscuit to me or something. I don't know. Every time I see that, would you like a tart? Is what it
Would you
looks
like a tort? Could I get you a tort feezer today? Todd?
Yeah.
Could I get you a tort feezer?
Yummy. And co-conspirators for all the world to see. So Weeks joins the conspiracy. Thereafter, Week was chosen by Preston to be Preston's podcast. Is what the hell? As part of what anti? Give me a second. Okay, I'm back. It's part of anti what the hell's media ecosystem. Week stated on YouTube 10/6/2024. That's the bottom line right there, ladies and gentlemen. I can't do that. My voice will die. All this that's going on every bit of last bit of it. That's the defamatory signs about Jeremy Hales were created for content harassing, destroying someone's lives. Jeremy Hales tortured Preston. This is a comment there. It doesn't actually start out noting that it is, but quote, Jeremy Hales tortured Preston for content for a year and a half. He almost had her child taken away from her, or tried to. He did all this crap when the damn story would have been Otter Creek. He could have just stuck with that, but he took advantage of someone who he thought was weak, and he did it all himself. Jeremy Hales wrote the signs that stated that he had ARPed a minor and committed forgery in doing so. Yes, they were stating that he had written the signs himself. Since 8/4/2024, Weeks has made 87 YouTube video publications on our YouTube channel, which are part of the anti-what the hell's media ecosystem and are replete with further defamatory statements about Jeremy Hales.
Giving him the nickname Germ. The URL of Weeks' 87 YouTube video publications are, and then they're all listed. And what I understand about the pictures that are coming up next is that Shara, what she recently dropped, remember there was a picture and it showed the missing videos. These screen caps were taken before they deleted them, so we could actually put them next to one another and see what's missing.
Oh, that's fascinating, actually.
Yeah, you might want to do that at some point.
let me look at that real quick. Let me see.
Yeah. There's, I don't know which one, because there's like 3 or 4 images like this, but apparently one of them lines up with the one that Shara made, and you can see the missing videos. Because they've deleted a lot of crap.
Oh, yeah. And they were doing it very recently, too.
By the way, I haven't deleted anything of mine. I've had to private some on YouTube, but they're all on Rumble. The only reason why I had to private them is because of the mass flagging campaign going on. Of them trying to get my channel shut down.
I've got the video pulled up. I'm looking for it. Give me 1 second. I better read it real quick. 1 second.
And I guess we will go over to the chat. What are you guys talking about? Shooting star. So Jeremy wrote the signs in Lynette's handwriting? Jeremy, you are more talented than we knew. Yeah, that's what they think that. That's what they're trying to say, that he forged them to look like they were in her handwriting. Does that even make sense? Does it? I'm going to look at my Suno music. Let's see. In my musical, did I do that one with Tug?
All right, I'm back. I found this picture too. So let's see. Give me a second. I'm locking it in. That way I can.
Cool.
Yeah. It'll take us a hot minute to compare and contrast too. It's interesting if you. The reason it takes me a minute to lock in an image as well for people that watch is because if you don't lock it in with the way that they have it share, it just takes the whole screen and you can't go back and forth easily. So this is their image. Let me see. Let me see. I'm looking for that specific one. Yeah. Or there's a bunch of these.
Yeah, there's a lot.
Well, it doesn't tell you dates on them either. That's the one thing. I'm looking for like the
No, but you should see the
hourglass one.
maybe the pictures. Like the
Yeah, I'm looking for the
one,
one
like-
with the magnifying glass.
Oh yeah,
Right in
right.
front. Is it that one? Let's get ready. No, that's not the same. Damn, they use the same picture a bunch of times too.
I know that's the other problem. I thought that
Yeah.
one with the puddle was that one kind of stands out.
I mean, there's just a bunch of them. I had looked for I was looking for this one. The truth, the live. Does that say truth twisted? Is that it? Truth's twisted? Is that what that says?
Yes. I
Does
think
that
so. I
say
can't
here?
tell because it's under the.
Does it say the germ and the enemies? Yes, that's
Oh.
it. I've got it. I found it. I found.
I don't know. I can't tell.
I found it. I found it. I did. I found it.
Okay.
So if you lock that one in there in your brain, right, with the screenshot, so you have that one there, and you compare it, it looks totally different actually. So
Yep.
here is that comparison versus the document. This is where that would start going through.
Mm-hmm.
You notice there's going to be a bunch of missing stuff. You're actually
A bunch of stuff that is in that one that isn't in the newer one.
It's going to roll up through there.
Uh-huh.
Wow. I'm curious about that. I'm actually, I am very curious about that now.
I think it's funny that they deleted stuff. And I think what they deleted was everything where Bruce was on. But man, is he stupid, because that stuff has all been downloaded. Every statement he made on this channel has been downloaded.
Also,
Every single live has been downloaded.
Just doing that period. I mean, it violates the whole hey, why don't you preserve that order? When people are like, hey, you need to preserve that's evidence. Yeah, that's a problem.
Yeah, that's spoliation. You can't start deleting stuff.
Nope. I myself, I am happy to keep all of my stuff up there. So
yeah. I haven't taken anything down on Rumble. Everything's on Rumble.
In a very recent publication, Weeks states that she has received information about the deposition in a lawsuit of Jeremy Hales. This information was supplied to her by Mackins. There was an image that I was mentioning to. I mentioned it to you. Give me 1 second. Let me see if I have it close by, or I'd have to mail it to myself, one or the other. Damn it. I thought I had it right here. Okay, so there's this interesting image someone sent over from that other channel, the backup channel, the lemur one or whatever.
Right.
Yeah,
I mean the channel that they made to escape banning, the ban evasion channel.
And this was really interesting because when they pulled up everything on the screen here, they showcased their stuff that, well, you can see the narrative.
Yeah, he's trying to get criminal charges against Jeremy and other people covering this case. He's delusional.
He's like federal criminal statute, but this is a narrative being promoted. And I noticed
they are really having like fantasies over there of us being handcuffed. I swear to God.
Well, look at this too.
I know, this is funny.
They've got their emails all lined up. So I would say that you should probably preserve all of those. I mean, just to say you've said it many times, you don't represent him in any way, shape, or form. You're not part of this team. So maybe you should preserve all of those. I mean, we definitely know their emails being sent there.
Who's Dawn Esquire?
I don't know.
I do know who that is. I'm pretty sure I know who that is. I think Dawn is Lynette Preston's adoption attorney. Yep. Pretty sure that's who that is. So they're in contact with her too. Interesting.
Yeah, I thought all of this was pretty fascinating, but I thought the narrative itself, you also see the other people that are being added to that. Who are all these people?
Huh.
Isn't that interesting?
Yeah. Oh, David. Is that David Helm?
Hmm.
I don't know.
I don't know.
Psycho what? Psycho
Babel, I think.
Psychobabble lawyer? What does that say? Law. Ray's in there. Dawn is Dawn? Is that say Dave or Dawn? I think
David.
that says
This
Dave.
is David.
This is
David
Dave
at the end.
and David. There's a David and a Dave.
Yeah,
So there's
Dave
two Daves
there.
there.
David.
Super Dave probably, and maybe David Helm.
But it was just interesting.
Better keep these emails, folks. Better not.
And this definitely shows you what the names of the emails were and everything else.
Yeah. Better not delete. Boy, are they stupid putting this stuff up on screen. And like now we have all the files that they're keeping on their computer too. Like, what? Boy, are you dumb to dox your own email? Okay.
Well, especially in this, I can understand. Whoopsie, but they're playing a really nasty, dangerous game in this stuff. The kind of stuff that, it gets you added to federal litigation. So, what do I know though, right?
What's funny is that one of the ways we caught Laura Owens telling big fat lies is that she shared her email screen with Dave Neal, and she made a video of her email. And while she was trying to show him one thing, we found other things in the email. Like we're looking at, and sure enough, there's all these emails to Judge Judy. She's sending emails to Judge Judy.
Yeah, I remember that. Everybody was like, "Oh my God, wait, what? What the what now?"
Yeah, never send screenshots of your email, dude. People, like, don't do that. Like, we will find all the shit you don't want us to find in it. Do not just share your inbox.
I'm just amazed what people find in things like that. Yeah, people find all types of oopsies, and those are big oopsies.
Yep.
Mackins continues on an almost daily basis to exacerbate the what the hell's media ecosystem. Mackins made the following false statements publicly via YouTube, July 17th, 2024.
Jeremy Hales is a homophobe who's going around on video, threatening people and calling them such names. Teacher, Jeremy Hales is a psychopath douchebag. Jeremy Hale's daily mission is to come up with 45 minutes of vitriol and name calling and defamation and incitement of people who he knows love him, and do whatever he wants or feel or believe whatever he tells them to, and uses that power and that platform to literally co-opt lives of private people and cause them nothing but harassment and threats and terror and strangers, invading their peace and their space and their lives. Jeremy Hales has no proof that Preston wrote the defamatory signs about him. Jeremy Hales said Preston should experience being ARPed. Oh my God. He did not. He did say that. I remember when he said it and I was so mad. Like, how could you know what he said and he did not say that? Jeremy Hales accused Preston's grandson of
that statement. He said that about Jeremy Hales. Is what
yeah. Jeremy Hales said that Lynette Preston should experience the same repercussion as an artist.
Yes. If you say somebody did something horrible and you were to get them put in prison for that, we've talked about false allegations. That's been a lead topic for years that we've actually discussed. And what should somebody experience from false allegations? I do believe if you try to put somebody in jail with that, 100%.
For ARP, you should go to jail for the same amount of time. And that's all that Jeremy was saying. And these people know that's what he was saying. But they flip it around and they try and say that he said she should be ARPed. That's absurd. It's absurd. It never happened. Did not happen. And for them to say that is just, it's outrageous. And I agree with Jeremy Hales. People who make false allegations ought to face the exact same consequences that their victims would have faced if it had not been found out.
Yep.
Matskin wrote the following false statement via email on 8/16/24. What the Hales is destroying the lives of helpless people using a virtual mob who send menacing and threatening messages to Preston every day. You want to see my inbox, Bruce? You want to see the threatening emails and shit that your people send me, and have caused her life to be consumed with CPS reports from anonymous fans.
Yeah, we found out a lot about Northport and
Yeah,
some of the
those weren't
people who have
anonymous
contacted.
fans.
Indeed, and they quite bluntly noted, we thought that the professionals should actually deal with this. True law enforcement professionals should be hearing our concerns. So can't blame that on him.
Yeah, way before Jeremy Hales, we found out people were calling CPS on these two, because they were doing the same thing in Northport that they did in Levy County, grifting off the kid, making people concerned that she was in a bad situation. And so they called the authorities. So this whole thing is is garbage.
It's crazy. All of this is insanity is what it is. So
Yep.
Hughes joins the conspiracy. Hughes, September 5th, 2023, wrote the following false statement in an email, which is now a public record. Every single day, Hales puts up a video that includes some slurs and lies against Preston, even when the video isn't related to Otter Creek at all. Every single day. In another public email, he wrote the following false statement. Hales has sent his followers after people in Otter Creek to harass them using state agencies and even the IRS, making false claims about Michelle slapping her daughter in the face in public, not caring properly for her DHS, animal abuse through her legal and well-respected turtle and tortoise
Well-respected? Where? Show me where it was ever well-respected.
Yeah, but I'd be curious. When it has it gotten those well-respected shout-outs?
Yeah, except for the one article written by her personal friend, maybe, about her tortoise rescue, which I think we can chalk up to.
The adopt, yeah.
There was one about adoption. There was another one
Mhm.
about her tortoise rescue in Northport. And I'm pretty sure both of them were written by Elaine. I could be wrong, but Elaine was a personal friend. So anything that Elaine wrote should be taken with a grain of salt.
FWC, Levy County Health Department, and other agencies. To go after others he is targeted, he uses Florida state reporting agencies and call numbers to pass out to his followers from all around the world to call in and fill out forms, making accusations based entirely upon his edited videos and explanations, often containing false information. What? He's what? He uses.
Is there evidence of that?
Call numbers, fill-in forms.
I'm gonna need some evidence that there's fill-in forms.
Yeah.
Maybe he pointed somebody to a website, and that's what she means. I don't know. It seems over the top. Okay.
Hughes makes false statements about Mr. Hales that are presented in a way that imply clear factual accusations, all part of the anti-What the Hales media ecosystem. Plummer joins the conspiracy. Plummer, October 3rd, 2023, wrote the following false statement about
Stephen
Hales
and or Patty. Sorry.
I can't believe that Hales could be so cruel towards. Wait, maybe I should read it very manly.
Very manly. Yeah.
I can't
remember, you're Stephen.
Yes, I can't believe that Hales could be so cruel towards a woman. That her family, that we're struggling physically, emotionally, financially. I watched this man bully, harass, and attempt to destroy his family to the entire world. I can't do that very long. I'll lose my voice.
Okay. Don't worry. Don't worry. I can take over. Okay. I have a voice for this. Let's see.
And they wanted her daughter. He wanted her land and frankly, he didn't care how she got it. His viewers began attacking, threatening Preston in all directions, phone calls, social media, and in person. Hales, his followers have created such havoc in Preston's life. Her only choice to fight for her daughter, fight for her property, and let the world know, not the person who claims her to be. She has proven so many things regarding Hale and his lies. Hashabadab.
You started talking through it. I should have had it. Wait.
In January 2024, Plummer financially aided Preston when she paid at least $7,000 for Preston to have legal counsel, which Preston accepted in a case which Preston voluntarily dismissed in September of 2024. Plummer makes false statements about Mr. Hales that are presented in a way that imply clear factual accusations, all as part of the anti-What the Hales media ecosystem. In a YouTube, Kezi joins the conspiracy. In a YouTube live stream with Weeks and Madskin and Kezi made the following statements about Hales. All Hales does is bully people. That's it. Hales invited Preston to come here to what? Hales invited Preston to come here to Otter Creek, Florida? Wait, what? You're going to do a tortoise sanctuary. That'd be cool. Then just because Hales didn't like the way they lived or something, he withdrew from it. That's his MO.
Wait, so the implication is he invited them to come in and do a tortoise rescue with him and then withdrew?
First, we're supposed to believe that she wasn't a fan and just happened to move to Otter Creek. Now their story is that she was a fan, they were in touch, and he invited her? Wow, that's quite a leap, folks.
Well, also, again, he didn't like the way they lived, so he withdrew from it. The from it implies that he had some kind of deal with them for the tortoise sanctuary. That's how that sounds to me. He invites them to come here. You're going to do a tortoise sanctuary. That'd be cool. Then he doesn't like the way they live, so he withdrew from it. Like I said, it sounds like some kind of business relationship.
Yeah, did they have a contract? Like, where's the contract then? Like, where are the emails, the alleged communications? You telling me you were talking on the phone to Jeremy Hales? Because I wouldn't believe that. Are there emails, text messages? Are there communications of any kind? How did you talk to him, allegedly?
In this video, he makes false statements about Mr. Hales that are presented in a way that imply clear factual accusations, and Mackins appears Kesey with Weeks, thus displaying their relationship as joint tart feasers. Tarts.
Are they cherry tarts? Are they blueberry tarts? What kind of tarts are they?
Yummy times. Creation of a Copycat, What the Hales Facebook page to lure supporters of Hales. November 25th, 2023, a Facebook page was established called What the Hales, which appears to be an official Facebook page of What the Hales. It has over 4,800 members. Fans of What the Hales comment in this group in support of Hales. To their surprise, these supporters find out that this is nothing more than a hate group designed to damage the reputation of Hales in furtherance of the anti-What the Hales media ecosystem.
Yeah, I've been on that page. By the way, they think they know you. They think they're tracking you down, Tug. The pictures of you that keep popping up there are really funny.
Yeah, I liked a couple of those, actually. They're really funny. Let me see. Let me pull up one. This one, nothing really. They're getting close. They're getting close.
They're getting closer.
I mean, Lord, where is? Oh yeah, here's this one. So check this out. Now, I don't know if you've really kept up with all of my ventures out into the wild, but they found this rare one right here. Man, look at that. How did they know? How did they know?
Oh, it's so great. So good.
Bigfoot. Oh no, he's been doxxed too. I like that he has a walking stick. That's awesome.
I love everything about those pictures.
I know, they're hilarious.
That people think are you. That's so funny.
I love them. I think they're hilarious. Mackins, Hale, and Hughes personally posted to this group. Furthermore, comments from Mackins, Weeks, Preston, Hughes, Plummer, Cook, and Helm are posted in the group, including without limitation links to YouTube videos and pages. Some examples of the postings from this group are: how do you germ lickers like Germ getting ready to settle with Miss Preston? Look where your money's going. Why are the Hales followers not mentioned that Germ and George have not mentioned Lynette or John since they were served last week? Bruce has kicked Hale's butt again. So once Germ moves with all you supporters, toxic behavior still defending him, when he finds his next targets for content, good night, Jimmy Lit Lickers. Jimmy?
What?
I don't think it's supposed to be Germ.
Lint lickers? That's funny.
What? I'm just like, what now? On August 15th, 2024, after 9 p.m., Facebook chat was held with Plumber Maggins Preston attending, amongst other. Plumber started the chat by saying, please join this chat for tonight's streaming. We need Preston here, and you are good to go. I'll check in as I can. What time is it supposed to start? Mackins answered, now, and asked the group, is there a PDF of it or a JPEG I can share? I can share links, and they, meaning the L's, can play it. I'll also, if you hear the kids, they're playing upstairs. If you hear them in the background,
I hear them. They sound happy.
Yeah,
those are happy sounds.
They're decorating for Christmas right now.
Aww.
So they're having a good time. So if you hear them like, what? Yeah, they're chasing and chasing each other.
I can tell the difference between the happy noises and the not happy noises. Don't worry.
Like,
I'll let you know if I think it's getting out of control.
So with I'm going to say the 2 L's can play it. I'll say we're trying to get copies of all the other 21. Now, Preston replied, I just got it, and instructed the group to refer to her as Michelle, please, or Lacey, not Lynette. Can I thank people on chat or just no? Plumber replied, let Bruce thank them on you behalf. My opinion. This is you.
Maskin replied, just at name and thank you, nothing more. Okay, better not than the want more. Preston said, okay. Mackins replied, you're a celebrity, but we don't want to embrace that. If you put names here, I can mention it specifically to thank people.
You're a celebrity. Right there. Again, remember, we've heard private person, and her lawyer noted that she's a celebrity. So.
God. Plumber responded, that is a great idea. Or, that is a great idea. At some point during this live stream chat on Facebook, a YouTube broadcast started being held live by weeks. Mackin said they make money off What the Hales and are not allowed to enable anyone from our side to interfere. I want Landon's audio file. Preston replied, I just messaged him again, Bruce. Matskin responded, I will keep saying it. Preston said, that's all I can do. Matskin said, if Landon takes $100 to send an audio file, it's not bribery. Please, please. Plumber responded with a message that is now unsent. Regardless, Mackins responded incorrect. Preston then said, please say my daughter was so happy before he destroyed our lives. Mackins stated, listen, I allowed Landon to possibly record me offering him $100 for the video of his call. Would I do that if...
there was something wrong with it? Well, I allowed Landon to record me doing something that would then hurt me when he shares with Hales. Please already. Oh, God. Can't believe you typed that. I'm gonna start typing stuff like just like that to you. I'm just gonna randomly be like, please. I'm feeling it right now. I think I'm gonna have to do it right now.
To be fair, every time Jeff would text me after a long, like if it had been a little while, it would be Megan with like 20 A's in it.
That's funny.
And I would always say, why are you yelling? What happened? What happened? And then he would go, no reason. Nothing. Just wanted your attention.
Let's see.
Nothing had ever happened. It wasn't like it was just to get my attention. He was funny.
Well, if you should check your phone messages, by the way.
Please wait. Please. And by the way, please.
Just gonna randomly do that. Plumber responded, "Absolutely not, Bruce. You would not." Mackins replies, "I want that mother effing video."
Sounds like me calling the school today. That's like literally what I said. I think I said that exact same thing.
That's hilarious. Oh my God.
Motherfucking video.
Good Lord. Let me check something real fast. Good God. We are 2.5 hours into a live stream and we still have half a document to go.
I told you we weren't going to get through this.
Oh my God. We can mark it and finish it up if you want to.
Okay, yeah, we can finish it.
All right, folks. We will definitely finish this for sure. Promised we will finish this. We will also finish. I do want to say this. I've had a few questions on it. People were asking why we have not finished the depot. And the reason was, well, everything that happened, I and I'm sure Megan were not in a jovial mood. I wasn't in the like laughing at stupid mood right then. So, you know, I apologize.
Not to mention that the last time we did a read through, Jeff was with us.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. Going back and looking at all that, you know, and we'd planned on doing more with him. So
I know.
It kind of, we would get there though. Again, I don't.
Yeah, we will. We'll get there. We're just not, we just weren't feeling it now this very second.
We will do it. I mean, there's time. That is something that is right there in the forefront though. It is something we plan on very much finishing. I felt like mentioning it because that comes up in comments every time we live stream now. And I understand why. I very much understand what y'all are saying there. But
yeah,
super chats real quick. Are you going to hang for super chats or?
I can hang for a little bit. Yeah.
Okay. PDW, thanks for the 2 months. You guys work wonderful together. Megan Fox and Tug. Thank you. I think we do.
Thank you very
I think
much.
it's been fun. PDW. Also, thank you for the $5 super sticker. You know, I can say recently I've been in my feels a bit, and I very much appreciate this. I appreciate this relationship, and you know, the co-hosting, and goofing off, and just being able to kick it with friends. I mean, it's been important, and I think it really highlights the importance of it with everything that's going on. So, you know,
yep,
I've been in my feels though, for real.
We all have.
Yeah,
it's all been awful, and also wonderful to see everybody's love for him and for us too. Like, it's been incredible. So many of you have reached out to me, sent me emails, checking on me, asking how I'm doing. And if I haven't responded to you, I apologize. I've been trying to get back to everybody, but I've been flooded with it, and it's amazing.
I've gotten a bunch, and I've gotten a bunch on other stuff too, and I haven't responded to much of anything. And you know, that I don't know. I don't know what to say with that. I mean, thank you for checking up and thank you for well wishes and everything else. But the rest of it, I appreciate stories people have told too, or exchanges. I mean, those are really funny. Just like I said, I've been in my feels, and you know, I have my favorites though. Thanks for the 2 there. You get a breadstick, and you get a breadstick. Everyone gets them breadsticks. Man, Mary Ann. Thank you for the membership. Thank you. Welcome. Thank you for your membership. Welcome to Tug's Thugs. Thank you. Wendy, thanks for the 5 there. Hi, Tug, Megan, and Chad. Pond scum looking for the breadstick money. Indeed. George, thanks for the 10 there. Love you, Megan and Tug. Well, thank you. Love return to you. Appreciate you. Daily Dysfunction, thanks for the 2. Woo, we did it. Yes, that's about the 100K subs.
Awesome.
Amen. Yeah, I'm proud of that for him. You know, again, it has nothing to do with me or anyone else, but the thing I am proud of is there was this communal effort, and it's so much about the person. So I'm proud of it. Palmer's. I kept saying Archer Homestead forever.
I know. I see it that way too, which is funny because there's no R there.
Yeah, I've said that forever, though. Thanks to the 5. Hey, you 2, just found out I'm going to be a great grandmother.
Wow.
In about 7 months, my first. Hey,
That's
congratulations.
awesome.
Yeah, that is That's cool. Congratulations to you there.
Congrats for
Ah,
sure.
you'll have to keep us apprised of everything too. Proud for you. Judy's Whatnots, thanks for the 2. Community kindness with subs. Being kind costs 0. That's indeed correct too. You know, and really watching videos. Remember, if you play something there, that goes to fam. There are.
Oh, I've
if you
got
want a
Jeff's
shirt.
playlist on repeat. I'm like,
I've been
I'm
running off
already.
I've got another computer running it right now. So
Yeah. Yep. I was actually thinking about, so he started covering the retro trial, the nanny trial, and he only got 2. He was doing it every Thursday, and he only got 2 of them in, like opening statements in like day 1. So I'm considering finishing it with some of his friends and
that would be
covering
fun.
that trial.
That would be fun.
Because yeah, I think it would be fun to do a day stream during Jeff's time slot, you know, when people would normally tune in, and finish that for the
Yeah, just give
chat.
them some love there. Yeah, I'd be game for that for sure.
Cool.
Paul, thanks for the 2 there. Tug, can we turn you into an AI? I can't imagine the Tug AI. What kind of life advice would you give us? Have some fun times. Some fun times today. Rhea Bright, thanks for the 2. I watched Jeff cooking meat like a man.
Yeah,
today.
that's a great video. That's a
It is.
great video. He did a how to cook a steak like a man video when he was out camping, and it's a wonderful video. Go and watch it. It's so good.
I watched his giving a Rolex to his father.
Oh,
It got up in my feels too.
yeah. Yep.
AKA the Cat Lady. Thanks for vibe. Jeff wrote the best theme songs. Anyway, to make a playlist we can download. And
I
Grounds
don't
too.
know.
Best songwriter on YouTube.
I don't know where he left all that. I don't have his Suno account. That's something else I need to tell his son about. That's another one.
Yeah, for sure. Because it'll be there. Even if the paid portion lapses, it still keeps the library and everything too.
Yeah.
So it'll all be there. Yvonne, thanks for the 2. I was on Nick's channel when it went over 104,000. Oh yeah. I was watching. I saw part of that live through the day, and I saw it go over 100K.
Yeah, that was great. I was so glad that Nick Starro did that he had so we got to watch it happen together. That was good.
I had never streamed with Nick Starro, by the way.
Oh, Santa Laws, he's the best.
Yeah, I need
Santa
to
Laws. He's such a cool guy. Such a cool guy. And I met him through Jeff. You know, Jeff introduced me to Nick, and I saw what you did there. I'm watching you. I see what I saw what you did.
No, I didn't see anything happen. There must be some kind of YouTube.
Really cool guy. He's a lawyer in Sweden who does union law. So he works with a bunch of Teamsters in Sweden, and he's just really interesting, like just a super interesting guy. Jeff had a knack of collecting people in his circle who were really interesting people.
He collected all of his oddities off of YouTube, you know, and he knew people all over the world. I love it, man. I love it. Carolyn, thanks for the 5. Megan, fix yourself. You're on the wrong side of the screen. John, what's up, John, my friend, man? Thank you for the 5 gifted memberships too, man. I hope you're doing good, John. Hope you and your missus, both of you, are doing great. Hope you're around to hear it right now. Wendy, I've been in my feels with that too, man. I've been thinking about like YouTube and time and everything, you know, all the people that I know by name that have been around. It's just amazing. You know, at first I got thinking about YouTube hosts, and I was like, man, you know, your own channel. Think about all the people that you've known that have built that thing over the years. Wendy, thanks for the 5. In the words of Jeff, do better. We can. It's not hard to be kind. Sometimes it's hard to be kind.
It is really hard. What are you kidding?
Yeah,
it's so hard. That's why not everybody can do it. That's why Jeff was so special, because even when it was super hard, Jeff would still be kind. That was what made it look so cool.
Either, you know, it would always look like it was easy for him.
Yeah.
So
but it's not easy. Everybody here knows it's not easy to be kind all the time. And Jeff was the kind of guy, even when it was the hardest, like in the face of a total dick, he could be kind. I mean, look at David Jangers thinks they're friends. Let's just Let's Exhibit A.
Katie, thanks for the 2. Bought my first merchandise for Legal Vices Day. That's awesome there.
I did too, and I'm really disappointed in myself that I hadn't ordered any before, but I'm
I
getting
still
my
need I still need a
sweatshirt.
patch or something. I didn't see anything up there for that. I got a
Oh.
shirt. I want a patch. I want it for my back. Carolyn, thanks for the 2 there. Dang it, Megan. Look what you started.
Well, if it's a breadstick rain, I'm all for it.
If it's good, you take credit. If it's bad, oh man.
It wasn't me.
Yeah,
It wasn't
blame
me.
somebody with the name beginning with J.
Right.
Puzzler, thanks for the 5. I want to be professional too. Do you all do trainings for that? Yes, actually, Pickle You. Where we pick you. That's right. By the way, hackers can be hired, just like hired unalivers. That's true too. That is actually very true too. Chris, thanks for the $3 super sticker. Thank you very much on that. Appreciate you. John, thanks for the 5. I follow a guy who calls himself Ryan Hall, y'all, and he's predicting snowstorms for New England around Christmas. Stock up, folks. I trust him. Yeah. Oh man. I hope we don't get hit with massive storms this year. No. Here a massive storm is, getting a fourth of an inch of snow.
Here a massive storm is 5 feet. So
yeah, see,
we'll see. But I'm not worried about that because we get massive storms every year and we dig out within a day and it's fine. I don't know what the rest of the country does, but New York and Chicago, we're just fine. we're just fine in the middle of any kind of blizzard.
K-Mat Red Queen, thanks for that. 5, jingle, jangle, jungle. Here comes the judge. Be afraid. Be very afraid. That judge is not messing around. Tease T, too. That one. Boom. Big one. 200 there.
Huge.
Man, Merry Christmas, Tug, Luck, and Bug. Well, thank you
Merry
very
Christmas,
much for that.
Tease T.
Yes, Merry Christmas to you. Thank you very much for that. Shelly, thanks for the 4 months. Sending love and hugs and stuff to you both. Jeff, what a guy. Indeed. Joanne, thanks for the 9 months there. Did you hear Jeremy's coming out with a nose?
A nose?
I'm not
Oh,
sure.
you mean one of his things to buy on whatnot?
A toy. Some of those toys were funny.
Some kind of toy
I like the popsicle fins.
Yeah.
That's funny. Unhung Hero, what's up, man? Thanks for the 5. I have a job I could lose for shit talking on the internet. That's why I'm anonymous. Indeed, indeed. And we were talking about the anonymity thing. I mean, it felt the same way. What Megan was saying is this person isn't just anonymous. They were pretending to be a man and playing. It always felt like playing up the female bit. And for what? The question is for what?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. When someone gets that involved in something and they're doing it under an assumed name, I think there's a reason. That's all. I totally understand people wanting to be on the internet anonymously, but when you're like so involved and you're funding lawsuits and stuff and like using a fake name, to me it's shady.
Well, you're an hero. You're not using it for defamatory nonsense to go out and try to destroy lives and everything else. That's what separates you there. But I very much understand that. Political and social realm are very nasty. There's a lot of us that, when we do this, it's not really about us either. Your job there. You also worry about your loved ones. I get it. I very much get it. But that wasn't the message to take from that for sure. Batiste, 20 gifted members.
Wow.
Well, wow. That's wild. Thank you, TST.
Wow.
We got an army of gifted memberships in there. Plus that, man, thank you.
Merry Christmas.
That's crazy. Awesome there. John, thanks for the 5. That umbrella guy, I consider you pretty based with a level head. Do you have any opinions on these drones? The drone, that stuff has been crazy to actually watch play out. I want to look at it when all of the chaos around it dries down.
Yeah, it kind of needs some time, right?
Well, want to be able to differentiate what's real and what's not. You know, some of the stuff, because there are other people out there being like, I saw drones over this place or that
And then you
place.
don't know which video is you're actually seeing as real.
Well, it reminds me of World War II. You know, they had bombers over California, over San Francisco. You remember the panic over all of that? People were seeing bombers all over the United States, thinking we were under attack. And did something happen? Well, but you know, were they everywhere? No. So
I'm pretty sure that whatever the drones are our technology. And for whatever reason, the government doesn't want to tell us why, and they got caught. So, and they're doing the thing they always do, which is lie.
They're probably looking at ways to spy on us, you know.
Probably. I think it was testing. I think they were rolling out some kind of testing, and then, you know, they're too stupid. They get caught, and then people say, "What is this?" And they go, "We don't know."
Yeah, and they make it worse.
They make it worse. I think that's the worst of it. I think it's the government lying to us about our own technology. And do I think they should do that? No. But I think that's what they're doing.
Yeah, they do it all the time. You know, we find out years later some of the insanity that they participated in. Oh, and we are always on the receiving side. You know, I mean, that's the crazy thing. It's I will see you though, John, and thank you, man. Appreciate you, brother. Thanks for the membership. Thank you. Welcome. Thank you for the membership. Welcome to Tugs Thugs. And John, this is actually a reminder with everything that's been going on. I haven't really looked into Peanut and Fred anymore. I need to follow that up.
He's suing. He's suing the state of New York. That's what's happening. Peanut.
I need to read over everything that's going in there, though, and see what's public and whatnot. I haven't kept up. But F New York, yeah.
But F New York for sure.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, that's a horrible.
Fred did nothing wrong.
They didn't.
No.
They did nothing wrong. Sandy.
They just loved a human.
Thought about Jeff as we drove across Utah Sunday. He'll be missed. Indeed. Indeed. Dennis, thanks for the 10 there. Can't post a whole song. Hope this will do. Legal vices, shining bright, telling stories through the night, breaking down the lies we care. In his word, we find what's fair. I like that. It looks good. I like that. John, thanks for the 5 there too. Confession. I like to drink on Tugs Lives, but it's 9 p.m. Last call for alcohol. Gotta work in the morning.
Oh, we went a little long tonight.
We did. Indeed.
But this is an epic filing.
Hey, I appreciate you too, John. You know, you're always there. Again, you bring up a lot of like in the Peanut thing. Man, so much stuff. I get caught up in one thing. I'm so one track sometimes that it reminds me, oh yeah, there's a lot more. Alfred, thanks for the 10. Buckle up, Buttercup. Drowning in content. Safe harbor. All the best. Love you guys on my break. How long of a break, you ask? 15 minutes. Enjoy the breadstick money. Well, thank you. Sure. Sherry, rather. Thanks for the 5 there. Robbie Altitude, please. Got prison time for reptile trafficking and intimidation of a witness. Whoa, I have not looked at any of that stuff. That's crazy if true. You know, I've not looked into any of these people. Like just to be frank about it, they didn't matter to me. You know, they mattered in the fact that we had PR being ran, and it got crazier when we saw the anti-what-the-hales media ecosystem. But as far as all these players and more, I don't know who a lot of them are. So, Fallen Hero, thanks for the gifted membership too. Thank you, Fallen Hero, by the way. Appreciate you, my friend. Lily, thanks for 5. I need Megan's email, please. Need to email some pics.
meganfox.writer@protonmail.com, which I did put in the chat earlier, so she probably got it. But just in case any of you want to send me emails, it's meganfox.writer@protonmail.com. And I am going to jump. I wanted to stick around as long as I could. Right. But I am going to get going. Although I should leave you with this because this is so funny, especially because someone brought up Safe Harbor. Jeff and I had so much fun the other night on that Safe Harbor the David Gingras appeal. And we were, we were treating the word safe harbor like the secret word on Pee-wee's Playhouse. And every time the secret word would be said, everyone on Pee-wee's Playhouse would go, ah! And that's what we were doing every time the word safe harbor came up. We're throwing up our arms and screaming like Pee-wee Herman. This is a voice text that he sent me right after that because he realized that Jingris saw our thing. This is what he sent.
What was that poor son of a bitch thinking when he watches the video? And here he just sees me, a colleague lawyer, going, ah! Safe harbor. Oh, no.
Oh, no. Jeff goes, oh, no.
That's hilarious. Yeah.
We would lead Jeff into much temptation all the time.
Yes.
Always leading Jeff into temptation. And then he'd be like, oh, no. What did I do?
I love it, though. I love the fact that happened. All right.
All right.
You go and do your thing, Megan, or you'll hang
All right.
around forever.
See you guys.
All right, see ya. Oh, man. John. I love that. That's hilarious, though. John, thanks for the find there. Breadsticks in honor of Jeff. The police want to shut down Shara's channel over copyright. Yeah, they're trying to claim that their voices being utilized is somehow not fair use. I got news for them. They need to actually talk to a lawyer about fair use, a legit lawyer, because what they'll find out is that that's not the case at all, that they have no claim to it, and they're going to end up getting themselves countersued. They end up suing Shara. Shara is going to be able to go in. They end up shutting Shara's channel down. Shara can sue them for that, for sure. And not only that, but remember, you have been added, or potentially are going to be added, but have been noted as part of a conspiracy against Jeremy Hales. Now, who testified in that? Shara. So making threats about how you're going to go after their channel and shut it down it's not a smart thing to do. Go in and target a witness, that would be very, very stupid. Oh man, I can't tell these people. And Cheesehead, thanks for the 10 there. Funny Blowoid Tub. Whoop whoop. I know, it's crazy. It's been awesome. And it's so many ways to, get more time with the kids, things that are important around, plus do what you love every day. Amazing stuff. Grady Peck, thanks for the 5. That was the sign someone stole. What the hell's fan forever? Well, that's awesome. What the hell's fan forever? Yes. And when people are looking at documents and stuff, make sure you look at them yourself. Definitely don't listen to PR, but don't listen to anyone over what it says and making up your mind. You can look at it. We don't know everything that will be showcased as far as evidence either. When you look at the amended complaint, that's not going to have every single item that we're going to see, but it's a start. So we'll see how that plays out. Stringer Bell. Man, you know what? I've been watching The Wire. So somebody told me yesterday, Stringer Bell too. And so when you walk through the garden, right? Thanks for that 5 there. 100K plus. What a community. Jeff is a true juggernaut. Thanks for the laughs, Fox and Tug. Well, thank you for that too. Yeah, I was very proud, like I said, of everybody coming together, people that are friends of just friends or acquaintances, whomever. People that didn't know Jeff, but they knew it was an important thing. It was important to a lot of people. So they helped out. And look how fast we can accomplish something. There's a message in that too. When it comes to things that are good, we can go out and we can make change. We can also make positive change in the world. When we look at certain items that come up socially, when we want to actually, we want to change something. We talked about false allegations, for example. If we want these things to actually have meaning that we say, we can get enough people behind it and we can change the freaking world for the better. I think there's a positive message in that legacy too. John, thank you for the $3 super sticker. Thank you very much, John. I appreciate that. Lynn, thanks for the 5. Camelot is right down the road from me. He doesn't have an accent. Lynn Britton. Yeah. Oh, that's hilarious, actually. It is funny. People come up with weird conspiracies about Camelot, you know, which that was talking about that. And then all the time, oh, he doesn't have that out. Yeah. It's so funny. Kenny Michelle, thanks for the 7 months. Nothing wrong with our volume. Just must be haunting Tug and increasing his. Maybe that's what it is. Peculiar. No. Oh, whoa. Did I say the words? Thanks for the dude. Just want Tug to say peculiar again. Dun dun dun. Amazing, isn't it? Awesome. And Michelle, thank you for the $10 super sticker. Thank you very much on that as well. Appreciate you there. Jesse, thanks for the 5. Megan, did you make the button yet? Lynette saying Bruce. That was golden. I've got a reminder of that. Actually, let me message her with that real quick in case she forgot. I totally had forgotten about that. By the way, don't forget from Shara's last video, the BBB that she said for a sound button. I'm texting her right now. That's a good note. Like I said, I forgot all about it. Cynic and Cheap, thanks for the 2. Looks like Slug repented and got out just in time. Indeed, you know, and they wanted him to be someone that took the brunt of all of this. Like, when you really think about how nasty that is, they wanted him to be somebody that took the lumps. And when he looked at all of this, you could tell he was like, whoa, wait a minute. I don't want to be pulled into all that horror. Yeah, thanks for the 5. Well, Bruce be in Florida tomorrow. You know, when when everything kicks up for Florida, there have been people saying Bruce was not going to attend. He would not be there. And it's like the judge said to be there. So if he decides that he's not going to be there, I guess he will have to answer to a judge for that. Yes, thanks for the 5. You mentioned a new song, and I feel like Will Ferrell from the movie Hale screaming, Santa! Indeed. I saw that not too long ago again. That's hilarious. Chris, thanks for the 2 there. Eat up. I don't remember what that's in comment to. Suzanne, thanks for the 10. Can we do the hustle dance to this song a bit faster than normal? I liked that song. That was really funny. Andrew, thanks for the 2. Breadstick money. Amen. Breadstick money. BK, thanks for the 10. Some holy water, garlic to repel the haters. I know. Hater be gone. There we go. Becky, thanks for the 2 there for the breadsticks with holy water for the haters. That's what we need. And the power of Christ. The power of Christ. Indeed. You can just see it now, like a horror movie spoof. Chris, thanks for the 5 there. Merry Christmas to all. Yes, Merry Christmas to all of you. We are so close to the holidays. My kids are crazy right now. I hope you're having great ones. Like I said, I will live stream around that too. I know this time can be hard for people as well. So if you feel like you don't have a place to go, you do. We will definitely do something around then as well. Puzzler, thanks for the 2. A competent lawyer has BBB if he knows any. I know with the filing it talked, you know, with that email he sent. With the competent lawyer statement. Yeah, that was funny, wasn't it? John Alive, thanks for the 2. One Flea just called you 2 paid liars for germ. Paid liars. Well, that's fascinating. Again, they make all of these insane statements, you know, that somehow in some way, you know, I don't need to make money from somebody else like that. That's just so insane. Paid liars. Meanwhile, again, they've shown their own communications and more. Isn't that amazing? Dublin comes to Boston. Thanks for the two. Try a Boston accent. Oh no, for me, I can't even come close. I'd have to hear it, and even then, I would butcher it. I'll try it in a live stream. I'll pull up something like for that movie, The Town, and we'll see if I can do something before that. You're right. Thanks for the two. Hale is the god of law, not the god of punctuation. Oh yeah, for all of that ran together. For sure. That's funny. Crystal, thanks for the 5. Enough for at least one breadstick. Breadsticks. Megan, can you post your email? Found something interesting. So Megan went over her email. So I hope you caught it from there. Puzzle. Thanks for the 20 there. I was on MLS stream as an invited chat guest. I wrote a judge review MLS song. They wanted to ask me about the beginning of obvious bias. I was able to ask JH if Mark would have a chance to clear his name. Well, I missed that whole chapter. I don't know anything about that chapter in there. So there are certain people that were added. You know, if people ask me my thoughts on that, I don't have any, because I don't know. I don't know what's being alleged in that whatsoever. I saw the beginnings of that. But as far as emails and everything else, I have no idea. I'm like you guys with that, but a lot of you probably have more knowledge on that than I do. Gotcha, son. Thank you for the 2 there. Y'all. Y'all indeed. Gotcha, son. Appreciate you, my friend. Oh, God. Tanya, thank you for the gifted membership. Was that Tanya? My bad. Thank you for the gifted membership there. Appreciate that very much so. Dublin comes to Boston. Thanks for the 5 there. Can we all give Jeremy's lawyer a standing ovation for his work? Indeed. He's definitely been, those are some spicy nuggets. You know, when you look at that, are you not entertained? I'm definitely entertained. I will say that for sure. No matter what you think, is this something that you've been like, wow? And he writes out a good document as well. Cheryl, thank you for the gifted membership. Appreciate that. Rebel Bird, thanks for 5. Spawn Trooper sent Tug a DM on the Shara stuff. I'll check it out. I've been, let's just say I haven't checked a lot in the last day. I'll start catching up stuff tomorrow is what I'll do. And I apologize. I still haven't. I've been a little bit out there. Yeah, and like Vanessa noted, thanks for 5 there. Meant Shara stuff, not sheer. Yeah, I figured that's what it was. Thank you. Kelly, thanks for the 3 months. Y'all made my day. Need a good laugh. Well, thank you, Kelly. I have a lot of fun too. I need the laughs too. And thank you all. It's good. It's fun. K-Rab, thanks for the 50 there. Appreciate that. Thank you very much, K-Rab. Have a very Merry Christmas, Tug Looking Buck. Well, thank you, man. I appreciate that. That's awesome. Let's see. Vanessa, thanks for the 5. Tug, do you think you might ever go a few hours earlier than normal do in the future now that you have free time? Yes. Actually, I've been communicating with Megan. What we're trying to do is figure out when our schedule comes together and we can stream. A lot of stuff that happened before, like you're noting, it was because of activities and other items. But now with free time, yes. So after the Christmas holiday, I'm going to see what I can shuffle around. If I'm by myself, I will probably try to adopt a few hours earlier. That way, I know, especially for an international audience, the hours are pretty late. I appreciate you all I appreciate all of you, but I understand those are late hours. So I thought about, I used to do a live stream right at 5 of my time. That way people can catch, like, when they're getting off work, you could actually listen on the way home or whatever. And we'll see about that. Shieldmane, thanks too. Let's all do better in the memory of Jeff. That is very good advice, by the way. Yes, he always had good advice with that for sure. I like that. And Cynic and Cheap, thanks for the 2. Like John Shizzy Wiznut said, Tuck and Nuts. Oh no. Oh no. Thank you, by the way. Yes, I like Shizzy. I actually do like Shizzy quite a bit. I mean, Shizzy's good people. Let me see if Shizzy's alive right now. Give me a second. I'm glad you mentioned that. Let me check something real fast. Just 1 minute. I know this is messing up my flow here, but still, I want to see if Shizzy is live. And I want to see if I can lock in on it. Man, it is so weird. I actually, for Shizzy's name, the search parameter does not like looking him up on Twitter. So what I have to do is actually look and see if he's live, pull up the live if I can, and then go from there. It's so bizarre to have to do it that way, though. Let me see, Shizzy Wiznut. Give me a second. I know y'all have probably told me, but it's bizarre how Shizzy Wiznut, for some reason, his channel does not show for me when he's live. I discovered that yesterday because I was talking about redirecting. Let me see. Are you live, my friend? Yes, you are live. Okay, what I'm going to do tonight, and then I will redirect him. Okay, so let him know too that is a tug raid, please, if you would. Just give me a minute. I'm setting him up here. It takes a minute to do this, but it's worth it. I redirected yesterday toward Aussie Overlord. I thought that was kind of important to do because he was talking about Jeff and everything that he had within a relationship with Jeff. I thought it was good to hear that. Okay, so I've got him set for redirect. I've got about 5 more super chats. Thank you for mentioning him too. Thank you. People remind me of that. If I don't redirect, if I haven't said anything, remind me toward the end to redirect to somebody, please, because I'm terrible about that, and that's not intentional. I want to redirect to somebody that could that deserves the love and support. So Darren, thanks for the 5 there. I've been lost in the morning. It would be great if Megan and Tug finished my nanny trial. Yeah, I think that would be fun. I think we'll be looking at something to do for sure today. Came out Red Queen. Thanks for the 5. Jeff had the best turtle battle songs and videos, and need to have 4 after court battle as well for Jeremy. 3 Ray as well. Yeah, I'd love a playlist of everything. I hope somebody can get all of his songs together. I think it would be good. Jesse, thanks for the 5. Can you make an AI song? It's Jeremy in the tune of Shaggy. It wasn't me. We'll see if it'll do it. So the Suno AI lets you rewrite songs now. So we'll see if that works. Andrew, thanks for the 2. Love listening to you both. Thank you very much on that. Appreciate it. Been having a lot of fun with it. Gotcha, son. Following up the y'all with y'all. Thank you. Thank you a lot. Oh, and Kim, thanks for the 5 months there. Tell your ability to say pecuniary was perhaps bequeathed to you by Jeff. That's true. Maybe that's what it came from. Thinking of you all at this time. Thank you. Maybe that's what it was. And Vanessa, thanks for the 5. Megan and Rebel say they're all on MG Law. Rebel dropped the link. Megan said MG Law is doing trucking live in Jeff's honor. I think Shizzy's live too. I think I just linked to him actually. So I have never redirected. Oh, no, I take that back. I redirected one time to Shizzy and I feel bad about it. So, because it's never been intentional. So I'm going to redirect there today. I went ahead and set it up. And then again, every time we'll pick somebody each live stream though that we do and do that. Okay. And you can watch more than one stream too. If you're like me, you can multitask. So anyway, I'm going to end with that. Thank you, Vanessa, too. Appreciate you. Thank you all the mods too. Keeping keeping the stupid in check as it grows some days. We will finish this document, and we will also need to finish up everything that we've been doing as far as everything else. There's a lot. But anyway, I'm going to end here. I appreciate you folks. Y'all have been great. Thank you for your patience too in this time. You know, a lot of us, we're going to have moments where we get off in our feels. They are, they're rough some days, but anyway, I'm going to redirect you. Appreciate you. See you.